What is going on? Twitch chat, my YouTube, Vince's YouTube. Welcome to the future, y'all. We're streaming to 3 places at once, and we're playing Vince's new game, Death Wizards. I can't wait to play it. I'm so excited to be back here, live streaming, playing new games with my friends. Let's hear about the world of Death Wizards. What's going on here? What are we doing?
Okay, so yes, we're gonna play one of the 3 sort of, I'll call them starter missions. There's sort of 3 missions you can start off with in Death Wizards. I mean, really, you could do anything you want, but if you do one of the super hard ones, well, that might be a little more challenging and you probably get killed. So we're gonna do something a little more appropriate for introductions. We've both built our crews. We're here in the land of death, D-E-T-H. Death Wizards Game, D-E-T-H, wizardsgame.com. I think Evan has put everything down in the description, so if you want more stuff, you can go down there and check it all out.
Yes, it should be
We'll throw it in the chat right now, too, in case you don't have that in front of you.
Yes, if you're on YouTube, it should be in the description of at least my video, and then there should be a command for it in Twitch.
That's right. But specifically today, we are going to attempt to conduct a ritual. So we have both the Death Wizards plays solo, co-op, and skirmish versus mode, but we're going to be friendly necromancers today.
Is it because you didn't want to get shamed in your own game?
You're correct, yes. Also, Fred, the Dread Horde Master, is a very friendly necromancer. So we are going to be, our forces are over here. You'll see in just a moment. And we've set up against a group of heroes who are over here on this yonder side of the board, and we are attempting to kill all of them so we may conduct a ritual to increase our power. Yeah, so the heroes use AI. We're going to be using the cards for this game. There's a supplementary card set that comes with it, so we have all of our handy little cards out here for our minions, and we have the hero cards out here as well for them. The heroes work on AI, since this is not a GM'd game or anything like that, so they're going to do what they do. And our goal, we have 5 rounds to accomplish it, is to kill all of them. Leave none alive. Yes, no one remains standing. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's the basic overview. We're going to roll some dice. We're going to kill some mortals.
I'm for it.
We're going to increase our undead hordes.
Heck yes. And we're doing it with an assortment of miniatures that are questionably undead.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. That's what is an undead, really?
Yeah.
How long have they been dead? You know, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So this is one of the story missions, as I mentioned. There are lots of different story missions. The game uses like sort of a hub system. You can go choose to do any story mission you want at any time. You can just play it normal or advanced mode. In this case, we're going to play it normal. We're not playing it advanced for our very first game.
Okay.
The advanced mode increases the difficulty. Think of it like hard mode.
Right.
So, game 1, we're not going to do that. Do we want to briefly introduce our necromancers and the point of their horde, their legacy, that kind of thing?
Oh, absolutely. Let's do it. So first of all, yes, you can pick a necromantic legacy, which is kind of like a class for what your necromancer does. So my necromancer's name is Ottilia, and she is a spirit caller. If I'm being totally honest, the reason I picked Spirit Caller is because of the art associated with Spirit Caller in the book. It spoke to me on a deep physical level, or spiritual level, if you will.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I went with that one.
Very nice.
I made her more of a melee-centric person, but I also increased her movement and her defense. So maybe she's a little tankier, a little faster, and she deals with spirits.
Very nice. My necromancer is Fred. Fred, the Dread Horde Master. That's Fred right there, the lady with the blonde hair.
I have a question for you. When you play in RPGs and you name your characters, do you give them names like Fred or George?
No, I normally give them like world-appropriate names, but it's funnier here for this kind of thing. In war games, I always name people silly names because it's funnier to me.
Okay.
Role-playing games are for role-playing. War games are for not that.
Okay.
And because I'm a Dread Horde Master, I am restricted to only weaker, lower rating undead. So I went for a big horde just for fun. So I have 2 regular skeletons, 2 skeleton archers, a vampire spawn, and a revenant. So a lot of people. My plan is pretty simple. One of the things the Dread Horde Master can do is corpse bomb, which acts a bit like something like corpse explosion, if you're familiar with the old Diablo 2 Necromancer. So my basic strategy here is to get an undead close to as many heroes as possible, and then make it explode.
That's awesome.
Do a lot of damage.
In my strategy, you have more of a horde warband.
Yes.
And I have a slightly more elite one with 3 individual minions that I'm controlling: a Spectre, a Shade, and a Wraith. And the Spectre is the ranged one and can slow a wounded target when casting Black Bolt on them. So the idea is I get one of my melee-centric people into the fight. They have weakened on crit, which weakens people based on, is it rolling like a high number on the die roll or something like that?
Yep.
When they're wounded, they can get slowed by Black Bolt, and then like my bigger, scarier dude, my Wraith, will come in and maybe finish the job or something like that.
Right.
While my character maybe provides some range support, pulls people in. Like she has got a thing called a whip, where if she attacks someone, they get sucked in. A lot of interesting mechanics to try out.
Yes, and I am definitely not a melee necromancer. That's why I have lots of dudes.
So I shouldn't pull people toward you and I?
No, I need to be not near you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the basic plan. Shall we get into it, and we'll explain everything else as we go, I suppose.
Yeah, as you say, let's get amongst it.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit about the board here. So the board has been set up. Every story scenario has particular terrain elements that are it recommends or it advises on the map. In this case, since we're conducting a ritual, that's the shrine, the house, and the forest. All of those were prescribed by the scenario itself. And then we also rolled a swamp and another little small woods over here with a little tiny house in it. That's just for fun. That will be there. The swamp is just a swamp. It does what swamps do. If you walk through that, it lowers your movement because, swamp. This is just a woods, which is just going to be trees. But specifically, we do have a couple special pieces of terrain that I rolled out. So our woods here, Scott, as he's learning this for the first time, is a Fey Circle woods, okay? So when you walk into the woods, you have to roll a die if you move into the woods in any way. And on a 5-up, you can't do anything else for the rest of the round. Okay? And I'll roll in that thing in the future, don't worry. I just threw a die because I said roll a die, and my brain is somehow tied exactly to what's coming out of my mouth. And so it literally arrests your turn as you're entranced and enchanted by the Fae, which I am hoping to use to our advantage. And then I'm hoping some heroes get caught up in the woods, and then my undead can walk up to them and then explode.
Okay.
Because the corpse doesn't have to do anything to explode. I have to do something, and I ain't going near those woods. Okay. And then the house we have to be a little careful of, because this is the house of a retired adventurer.
Okay.
So when we go near the house for the first time and sort of make noise immediately when we make noise near the house, so when we get within 3 inches of the house, we roll a die, and on a 3-up, the adventurer is home, and then we have to generate another random hero to join the scenario that will then try to kill us.
He's like older. It's like older and crustier.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Exactly.
So he's like easier to take out.
That's right. Now, hopefully he's not home since I forgot to grab an extra fig for that, but I can deal with that when we cross that bridge.
Oh yeah, we got Glorio Van Elton III. That seems like a good retired adventurer, maybe.
Absolutely. What we'll do is if it happens, hopefully we've killed somebody by that point. Okay.
Sure.
We'll just reuse that one. Okay. So we begin. Now, the way that we'll go over here to our activation, so we can talk about the beginning of the game.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's take a brief break though to interact with chat and thank us some subs here. Captain McLean says, loving seeing cool new indie miniature games. Are there any big boss heroes or monsters in the rules, Vince?
I'm glad you asked. Yes, there are. In certain story scenarios, you will meet champions, basically, who are, it's the ones you would think. Like if you're trying to kill the king has a champion that is not so easily destroyed.
Okay.
So yes, there are boss heroes, as it were, great heroes of power and renown that you have to take out that are better than even your average lot. That is correct.
All right, very cool. Also seeing some familiar names in chat. Mike Genie, Heywo, also saw Uncle Adam in there earlier. Welcome, guys. I can see all the chats on my little screen, so if you're chatting in any particular place, I'll be able to see it. Cool. All right, let's get into the scenario.
So, in a story scenario, the players activate first, okay?
Okay.
And we get to, every time you get to activate up to 4 rating worth of undead, as well as your necromancer, okay? Now, your 4 rating and your necromancer can be activated in any order, so I'll go ahead and go first, okay? Just to keep things simple so you can see exactly what I'm going to do. So in this case, I am going to activate my. We're going to activate my Necromancer, and she is going to use. I'm going to use. You might want to go. You have a D20 over there by you somewhere, yes?
Yes, over here. In the
That's an
dice
efficient tool for tracking your necromantic power, I have found.
Necromantic power.
which is a resource you use to cast spells.
Yeah, your necromantic energy is what you cast with. Sorry, I said power, but it's energy, necromantic energy. So I have 18 to start. I think you have less, but not super less.
I have 10.
Okay. You're the more melee build. I am the more castery build.
Right.
Okay. So I will activate my Necromancer first, and I'm going to use a necromantic power that I have called Dark Flame Weapons. And I'm actually going to use there's two different versions of that. One that affects a single undead within range, and one that affects all undead within range. So I am going to use the version that affects all my undead within 6 inches, which is my entire crew. I don't need to measure. This is set up. I already know how I set up my people. And what Dark Flame Weapons does is it gives +1 offense to all of my undead, as well as +1 damage on any kind of critical hit. Okay.
And this is called what?
Dark Flame Weapons.
Dark Flame Weapons.
Okay. So then let's get to. So I've activated the Necromancer. Now let's get to activating other things.
Hold on, pause for a second. So
Yes.
you chose to use a spell. There is no rolling. It just goes off.
In this case, certain powers will require rolls. If they're affecting an enemy, then they'll use what we call power dice.
Okay.
And then you're rolling against the enemy resist. In this case, since it's a buff, there was no roll, it just happened.
Okay. Is there a particular reason why you chose to develop the game in that way as opposed to having some minimal risk involved with all actions?
Sure. The Necromancer themselves are very powerful, and so I didn't want things like miscast or stuff like that, because that betrays somebody who doesn't know the powers they're dealing with.
Sure.
These people are experts. Like, even your beginner Necromancer is still quite adroit and adept at the dark arts. And so I didn't want anything like that. And so in the cases of buffs, it just lands, right?
Okay.
It's just a thing that goes off.
Perfect.
Whereas when you're trying to affect an enemy, the enemy, then you're interacting with another being, it has its own willpower and resistance and may be strong enough to sort of fight against your magic.
But not a willing supplicant, something
Correct.
like that.
The undead are very happy to be buffed. They're here for it.
Coronary Jump says, does everyone play as a wizard in this?
Yes, your central character is always a Necromancer, though what exactly, as Scott said, his Necromancer is very melee oriented. So like, you can be a Necromancer who fights, you can be a Necromancer who buffs, you can be a Necromancer who unleashes deadly and fell energies at your opponents to destroy them. There's lots of different ways to build your Necromancer. It's a big tent party.
Yeah, there's
Necromancers.
a particular legacy called the War Reaper.
Correct.
Which is another maybe even more melee centric Necromancer you can be.
Very much so. Very much so. And the combination of like what stats you pick, what powers you pick, what special abilities you gain, what legacy you chose, all of that comes together to sort of create how you want to play your Necromancer.
Okay. So you had the first activation. You chose to cast a spell with your wizard.
Yes. Now you can move and do a thing, basically, every time you activate.
Okay, and that was your doing a thing?
That was my doing a thing.
Okay.
That's right. Now my Necromancer has a move of 6, but I'm not going to move very far. We're just going to go ahead and scoop my Necromancer up a little bit. I don't need to get the tape measure out for this, because she's just going to kind of just hop up a little bit to kind of position.
Okay, and the way that activations work in this game is you have to activate as close as possible to 4 rating.
That's right.
And so the Necromancer doesn't have a rating?
Correct. Your Necromancer is always a bonus activation.
Okay.
Every time you activate, you get up to as close to 4 rating of undead as you can.
Okay.
And then your Necromancer.
Okay, the Necromancer moves and does a thing,
Yes.
and the undead move and do a thing.
That's right.
Perfect. Okay.
You got it.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
So I am going to activate my 2 Skeleton boys. They're going to be what we call bait. My Skeletons move 6. These are just regular, good old-fashioned Skeletons. And I want one out here where it's going to be kind of in the way where the heroes are going to come fight it.
You want to bait them into the Fey Forest.
That's right. That's right.
But do you test for the Fey the moment you enter it?
Yes, I certainly do.
Okay.
So, I have done my move, so then I have to roll to see, and I'm entranced. Okay.
Oh, no, so you stop like right
That
here.
skeleton stops right there, so which
There
is
was
fine.
some sexy lady skeleton who was like, check me out, and he was like, what's going on?
Exactly. So when a model moves on or through a phase circle forest, at the end of that movement, roll a d6. On a roll of 5 up, the model uses any additional action it has during that activation to move and must end that additional move wholly within the phase circle forest if possible. If the model does not have any additional actions, this rule has no additional effect. So, and then you can go as normal.
You can still end where you want to end.
Correct.
But you lose your extra thing.
Correct.
Okay.
I can't go out of the forest. I can't fight. That's okay. I'm happy right there. I am wholly in the phase circle forest, so I have satisfied the criteria.
Okay.
And that is where I want to be.
Okay.
Which is great. So no problem. That is what that skeleton's name is, Bait, and that's fine. It's a rough life being a skeleton. We've got to get Bait number 2 ready to go. Now he's going to be a little more sneaky. He doesn't want to walk into the forest just yet. He's going to go over here and kind of run some interference for your spirits. So he's just going to get over there. Okay, and like be ready for wave 2 of exploding.
Okay.
And then we're going to activate the Revenant, who I want to keep kind of farther away. He's not as fast, but he's actually my like heavy hitter. For him, he's my rating 2 undead. These guys are both rating 1, so 1, 2, and then the Revenant is 3, 4. Okay. So the Revenant has a 5-inch move, so he's just gonna come kind of over here. I want him kind of going round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Basically, with the Revenant, I'll kind of bring him right down. He's got a little different plan. I'm not too interested in him moving too super far. I could move again. Like the action you take could be to just move a second time. Mm-hmm. So I could walk him farther, but the heroes are in a little clump. They're very dangerous when they're all together. I don't want him getting too close and then getting iced, okay?
Okay, you want to separate, you want to split up the heroes a little bit.
Yeah, I want to see what they do, kind of let them play out their turn. We've only got 5 rounds to kill everybody, but...
And you don't know what they will do. Is the
Correct.
AI engine slightly random?
It is random. It's very much random. Okay.
Very much, okay.
But with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and my Necromancer activated, I have completed mine. That goes over to you. You may now activate yours. By the way, when you're playing co-op, you can also like co-activate if you want. It's not like it has to be wholly on one player. Like I could have done a move and then you could do a move. So like if I need to get out of your way because you can't move through other figs, I mean you can because you're a ghost.
Exactly.
But if you're ghosts can float through. Ghosts are ethereal and can go through other models. But like if you had 2 solid models and like I need to get out of your way, I could just move one thing. You could then go. And
the game in general wants you to have a good time.
Correct.
Yes.
It's not dealing with like individual annoying little things like that.
Okay. We had a question in the chat about the size of a typical warband in Death Wizards. What does that look like?
Yeah, so when you're starting out, you will have your Necromancer plus, the smallest is 2 and the largest is 7. So I'm close to it. I've got 6 minions. So you'll have between 2 and 7 minions. 7 if you went like all tiny boys, right? All dinkerdoos. And 2 if you went for the meaty fellas, okay? As the game progresses, you can never take more than 15 rating worth of undead into a mission with you. So that could be as low, theoretically, because all undead are between rating 1 and 4. So if you just kind of math that out, that could be as few as 4, right? A 4, a 4, a 4, and a 3. Mm-hmm. It could also be 15. Now, if you're a Dreadhorde Master like my character, you can bring 4 additional rating beyond your maximum to undead. So you could technically, at the absolute highest end, if you only took a massive party of dinkerdoos, if you want the feeling of the Horde, then you could take like 20 or 19 rating 1 undead and your Necromancer and just swarm the board.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if that's a great strategy for you, but it is a thing you can do.
Okay. All right, so it is my turn to do something with both my Necromancer and up to rating 4 of my dudes.
That's right.
I have a 2 rating 3 guys and 1 rating 4 person. So I believe I'm going to be activating my wizard.
All the way around. You have 2 rating 2 and 1 rating 3.
Okay, so I'm going to be doing the 2 2s together, the 3 by itself.
What is best in life?
Okay.
Crush your
so
enemies.
Move, obviously.
See them driven before you.
What are
Hear
examples
the
of other
lamentation
actions
of the
I can
women.
take?
So using a power, or some of your undead may have special abilities they can use, like some of your minions. But in this case, I don't think any of yours have anything they would do here. So for example, like the Death Knight can actually use its own necromantic powers. It's a minor spellcaster in its own right, stuff like that.
Okay.
In this case, it's probably just move and then attack or stuff like that, right?
Okay, and is there any charging in this game, or just walk into combat?
You just walk into combat. Okay. Yep, that's right. At this point, I will say, my advice to you would be don't get too aggressive. The Spirit Caller, your ghosts are very mobile, but they are very fragile. Now, Ethereal brings with it a couple of advantages. Not only can you move through other models and ignore terrain, you also ignore the dangerous effects of terrain.
Because you're flying over it?
Because you're flying over it, because you're a ghost, you're not really here. So for example, you don't suffer the effects of the Fey Forest when you move through it.
What if I stop in it?
It's fine. You can just stop in it. Nothing happens to you. It's just you ignore those effects,
Those
period.
sexy skeletons?
We
Don't even care.
Yeah, the skeletons get trapped, but your ghosts are like, we're good.
Yeah,
we're not here for
We don't
this.
need this.
Fey lady, you're not tricking me. I'm a ghost. That's right. So you have a lot of ability to interact with those woods. Your ghosts also can't wake up the adventurer.
Oh, are they like
Only
silent?
my people can. Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Attilia, my necromancer here. So one of her legacy special abilities, because you had to pick one, or you're given one based on the legacy you pick?
You generally get one special ability and one unique necromantic power. Generally, there's a little bit of variance to that, but yes.
Okay, so she increases all of my spirit undead's movement by 1. That's awesome. Does she also increase her own movement by 1?
No, she is not a ghost.
So she's at 6 inches. Awesome. And the 2 spells that she has over here on my power sheet are Call to the Other Side, which is just summoning, and this is beyond my starting.
Correct.
So
Spirit
would
callers
it-
have a unique ability to summon an additional undead. That's right.
Would that be wise of me to do that early on?
Now is really the time to do it. Yeah,
that's
100%.
That's what it feels like. So, just walking through the spell sheet, every wizard has 3 spells, or is it, you call them spells? Powers that they can take. Dark Shield, Negative Bolt, Restore Energy. Restore Energy is getting back necromantic energy.
Killing one of your own minions to restore your necromantic
Siphoning
energy.
their life force.
Yep.
Dark Shield is I'm taking damage. Nope, not anymore.
Correct.
And then Negative Bolt is a direct damage nuke.
It's a direct damage nuke. Yep.
Okay. And then outside of the standard ones and the one that I got from being a spirit caller, I also have Whip of Darkness, so I can attack someone at range, do some potential damage, and then bring them to within 1 inch of me. So kind of a pull. I have Draining Wave, which is awesome because it works on all non-spirit entities, so enemies and also, unfortunately, you
My
as well.
undead, yes. I'll need to clear my people out of your space if you're going to start using that. That's right.
Yeah, and I think the term used for that was PBAOE.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is personal
Point blank
area of effect. So it casts on her and anyone nearby. And then lastly, I have Reflecting Blast. It's basically a souped up version of Dark Shield. When someone hits me, not only do I not take damage, I also don't take any negative buffs, and I deal half damage back to them.
That's right.
So the general build here is that I'm gonna be pulling in people, I'm gonna make them hit themselves, and then I'm gonna swarm them with the rest of my ghosts.
That's right.
All right, so we're gonna open up with a Call to the Other Side. So we're trying to summon more banshees, wraiths, revenants, shades to my aid. Okay, so the cost is a 3 per rating.
That's
my
right.
rating is
it's
the thing I want to summon.
Of the thing you want to summon, yes. Do you want to add another specter, another shadow, or a wraith?
Okay, so if I were to add my big bad wraith again, that's a rating of 3, so that would be 9. And so basically I'm just consuming this energy.
That's right. Now you're going to get it back at a rate of 3 at the start of each turn. So you'll be dumping most of your clip for that, basically.
Would you recommend this?
I think you could probably be better off summoning a little smaller undead, like your Spectre that has the ranged attack, right? I'm thinking correctly.
Yeah.
I would get another one of those in there. That's really useful to like summon up another early ranged attacker.
Okay.
At this point.
Okay.
And then that only costs you 6 of your
10.
6 of your 10. So you still got a little bit of power to do something else, because remember, you've got another activation coming with the Necromancer this turn.
I do, and yeah, I'm gonna activate twice. Okay, I'll consume 6. It just goes off.
It just goes off.
I summon a Spectre.
Yes.
To my aid.
That's
and
right.
I will go and grab one.
Now we need another Spectre. That's right. Yeah.
Professional stream.
That's right. We forgot about the concept of summoning on this summoning army we built you. This is what we do. Very professional.
I need more purpley guys.
Yeah, sure. A purpley person. Now, Call to the Other World. When you summon your spirit, you can set them up, boop, 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 within 3 inches of your Necromancer and more than 1 inch from all of your enemies. And they can act as normal this round or later in the round, as you would want.
Are you actually referencing the book, or are you pretending to look and remembering it?
No, I did have to read the exact text there.
Wow,
I
this
don't
guy
know.
wrote the game and can't even remember the rules.
Yeah. I do not remember every single thing in that level of detail.
My God. Scandal.
All right, I've summoned it, and I will now complete my necromancer's turn here.
Yeah, she could. Her activation, she could move anywhere if she wanted to, or you could just be chill. Like,
Could I cast another spell if I wanted to?
No, nope.
One spell.
Yep.
Multiple movements. One attack. Multiple attacks.
One attack.
Okay, one attack.
So basically, you always get to move for free if you want.
Okay.
Right, and then your action can be either to move or attack or cast a spell.
Anything else beyond that?
Nope.
Okay.
That's your stuff.
All right.
Until you get later in the game, there are special abilities you could take that give you new special actions.
Okay.
State that.
How far should we be concerned about these guys moving?
Yeah, it's a great question. Okay, let's talk about our heroes over here.
Yes.
So the warriors are the ones who are really going to come after us. Okay, like their AI is very much aggressive. Like they want to get forward, get in your face, start stabbing you to death. The warriors do not have a ranged attack. They only have a melee attack, and they very much want to go use it on you. Okay, so their AI very much pushes them to be like coming towards you, and they move 6. So you do not want to close to anywhere where they're going to be within melee range of you if they move 6 forward. So like melee range is an inch. So generally you want to stay 7 inches away from them at least right now. Okay. Now, if what they will likely roll, like the most likely outcome from their AI, would instruct them to double move toward the nearest person, toward the nearest undead. That makes sense?
It does. All right, 12 inches of movement. Probably straight toward that skeleton. So basically the play here is just to stand behind this guy.
I think so. I think we want to use bait as bait. That's the goal.
Shocking. All right, we will walk into the forest then because we are immune to it because we are, or is my necromancer not immune to it?
Your necromancer's not, but your ghosts are.
All right, we will walk up straight behind this thing with the necromancer. And then I will activate. So once I've activated one of these shades, I no longer can use it.
That's correct.
Or sorry, one of my
turn.
characters. This turn. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is I'll activate my melee-centric ghost, the Wraith.
Exactly. That's what I did. I activated my melee-centric people first in hopes that basically they come closer and then we have some ranged targets.
100%. Yep.
Yep.
And I'll be using this lovely Void Spirit model that I have, which is a move of 9.
Yeah, your people are fast.
Yes, very fast. But still, I think these are the warriors, the Bolton models.
Yep, that's right.
We'll run over here. Just so I can stay further away from the warriors. They're still closest to the skeleton. I still use my movement a lot.
Right, and remember your shadow, if it's in terrain, cannot be seen.
So I could be right here.
You could be right there, and they wouldn't register you as the closest model because you're hidden to them.
Okay.
Also, don't forget that the shadow knows what lurks in the heart of men.
That is also true.
Of course.
Doesn't have a lot of game effects, but
Actually,
it is
a
true.
rule, in the game. Yeah, I saw it. Okay, and then I can be seen if someone's within however many inches.
It's
never.
As long as you're on the terrain, unless they get in melee range.
Okay.
In melee range, you don't need line of sight to attack.
1 inch. Okay, cool. All right.
So if they don't stand so close to something else that they accidentally wander in and they're like, hey, wait a minute.
That's a ghost inside of a log.
Right.
All right. Yeah, I've done my 4 rating of activations. I've done my necromancer. So now it's time for the AI to do their thing.
Okay. Now, the AI heroes activate in a given order. Okay. So like there are 7 different hero types. In this particular scenario, 3 of them are present. So we have 2 priests right here. I know I'm like directly behind the house for okay, good. No, look at this. Evan is so good at this. Okay, we have 2 priests, 2 wizards, your floating blue person and guy with stick. He looks like a renegade necromancer over here, the worst kind. Ugh, disgusting.
What's the name? The controller.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, he's a controller. Clearly.
What's a renegade necromancer?
No, I'm just saying they're like this guy. Clearly, he defected over to the land of death, to the side of the people of death.
Yeah.
A traitor to the cause.
Traitor.
And then 4 warriors. Okay, and then yes, they're all the heavy armored guys.
Okay.
Okay. So and the AI order for activation is priest, wizard, warrior. Okay. Every time that they activate, 2 heroes activate per player participating in the scenario.
Okay.
Okay. So in this case, the 2 priests will activate, and then the 2 wizards will activate. Is what's going to end up happening here.
Okay.
By the way, whom exactly is in this scenario? Some of it is random. Some of it is set. In each scenario, there's like random numbers of heroes that can get generated on some of them, and set numbers of certain others. Okay. So let's begin with the priest. So we flip over the card, and we have our actions. and I roll a d10 to determine what action they take. So we'll start with our nature priest here, which is this beautiful 32 millimeter Miniac model. Which one's the name of this one? The one with the
witch.
The witch, yes. Available now. See miniac.com something, I'm sure.
Close.
There you
The
go.
shill was almost perfect.
I was almost there. See miniac.co and pick up this awesome 32 millimeter version of the witch for your own personal collection right now. Here we go. So let's see what happens. 10. Okay, that's not great for us. Okay, so what happens is this priest uses bless. So that's not a great outcome. The priest and all heroes within 12 inches increase their offense and defense by 1
What
until
a
the end
great
of the
time
turn.
for that to happen.
Yes,
you know?
like first move, they fire off the bless.
Everything's in range.
Yeah, every single hero gets the buff. So for the rest of the turn, all the heroes are +1 to O and D. Okay.
Awesome.
Great. And then let's see what the other priest does.
Blesses it again.
Oh, threw it too far.
Doesn't count.
That could happen, and yes, it would both stack.
Okay, wonderful.
3. All right, that's not that. Cleansing Strike. The priest will attack the nearest enemy it can see. If there is no enemy within range, it will move up to 5 inches, then make an attack against the nearest enemy it can see. If it cannot move and attack such an enemy, it will move and then move again. Okay? So, the priest has a range of 12 inches. So the question is anything within range right now?
Jesus Christ, Rufus.
So that'd be 18. Someone asked in the chat if base sizes matter.
Not really. I mean, like a little bit just by like sort of, the nature of the thing. We recommend all of the heroes and regular minions on like 25 or 32 mil bases. If you've got some that are on like 40s, it's fine. It's not going to change the game in any way, right? There are bigger minions like giant skeletons, giant zombies, and flesh golems that we recommend on 50 to 60 mil bases.
Okay.
And again, you could probably go like a little larger than that without the world falling off its axle. But I wouldn't recommend like your entire horde being on 60 mil bases. That's just going to be weird on a board this small. Right?
Gotcha.
Okay. So bait is sadly just out of range, but so instead, what will happen is the priest will move its 5 inches. It can't move through its friends, but it can walk around.
Does base shape matter? Squares versus circles versus ovals?
Nope. In fact, in a lot of my testing, I used mixes of square and round bases as I was testing.
Perfect. Yeah, if you guys have questions and I missed them, just ask them again. I'll grab them. It's
The
challenging.
triple chat moves pretty fast.
Yeah, it's challenging to play the game and learn it and also pay attention to your questions as well. But yeah, just keep asking them.
But yeah,
Also, definitely use pentagon bases.
absolutely, of
For
course.
sure.
Pentagrams are where it's at.
Yeah.
So the priest moves up, and it will now. The priest does have a ranged attack, of course, because it can, holy fire or something like whatever. Okay, so the priest. Now the way that this is a scary priest too. These are rating 3 priests. So
Why is the priest doing 3 actions?
it didn't? It moved, and now it's going to use its action.
Well, it moved. Sorry, it
one blessed.
buffed. Oh, that one blessed.
2 priests.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about hero stats.
Let's talk about it.
So the way hero stats work is they're a base number plus some number per rating. Okay, so in this case, the priest's offense, what it's about to use to attack me, is 3 plus 1 per rating. Okay, so 6, exactly. This is a rating 3 priest. These are powerful priests. So it has 6 dice. Okay.
6 d10s.
6 d10s, that's right. We use d10s to attack and cast powers and stuff like that. Okay, now the priest also has a thing called Blessed Weapons. Whenever the priest rolls a critical hit with an offense attack against a necromantic minion, the priest deals 1 additional damage in addition to the normal damage from a critical hit. So let's hope he doesn't just kill my skeleton, or she, I'm sorry, doesn't just kill my skeleton right here. But let's see.
What are you trying to roll?
Okay, so when I roll her offense score, which is 6. But remember, she's blessed. 7.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed, because the other one. So now she has 7 dice. And she is rolling against the defense of my skeleton. My regular skeleton has a defense of 5. Okay. And so basically she's rolling 7 dice at a target number of 5.
TN test. Okay.
Exactly. Everything that equals or exceeds that number is a success and causes 1 damage.
Wonderful.
A 10 is a critical hit and causes 2. But in her case, because of her blessed weapons, it causes 3.
All right, Bait,
That's right.
you are about to no longer exist.
It's entirely possible. Let's see what happens.
Too blessed to be stressed.
Oh boy.
There's
Okay,
a
well, there's
oh
2
boy.
critical hits right there.
Oh, no!
That was a really good roll. So let's see.
Maybe I'll do the AI rolling for the rest of this scenario, so we have a chance.
So we have 3 successes and 2 crits. So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. My skeleton has a durability of 9.
Bye, Skella, bro.
But he would normally be destroyed. But wait.
Because of the spell you cast?
No, because he is a skeleton.
Oh.
Skeletons have a special ability called Nothing But Bones, where they're difficult to permanently damage. Whenever they suffer damage from an offense attack, reduce that damage by 1.
Okay, yeah.
So my 9 durability skeleton remains alive.
Hey! See, that's nice. Now he can take one more attack for us.
That's right. So he's got 1 durability left. Ouchies.
Damn.
Okay.
Oh, I have a question. Very important question.
Yes.
Is it true that you're 7 foot tall and bench 400 pounds and squat 550?
Of course. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. Moving on.
That's on the off day. That's the off day workout. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So that completes the priest activations. But remember, we activate 2 heroes per player participating in the scenario.
So 4.
So that means we have 2 more to do.
Do they all count as heroes?
Yes, they're all heroes.
Okay.
Everything, even the villagers are technically heroes, because some scenarios have villagers in them. This particular one doesn't have any villagers, which is kind of unfortunate. Villagers are really fun. Villagers seek to like move in packs. Like alone, they're almost super easy to kill, and they're great little juice boxes of necromantic energy. Like that you could just, okay, great, get refilled. But when villagers get together, and they when they're all together, apes together strong or whatever, they get real scary, and we'll just start ripping your minions apart. There's some scenarios that really, really heavily feature a lot of villagers, and it's very fun.
I want to ask about the dice you chose, D10s.
Yeah.
Was there a particular reason you chose that over other dice?
It had the right odds spread for what I was looking for sort of the mathematical numbers I wanted this game to operate within, basically.
Cool.
It had the correct set of sort of outcomes and spread for where I wanted the bounding to be.
Wonderful.
Okay, so let's do our wizards. We'll start with the trader wizard back here. Again, we'll flip him over so we can look at his AI. Okay, and then we will roll a d10 to determine what the wizard does. 5. Thank God. Okay, all right. So the wizard is going to cast Fiery Bolts. The wizard will attack the nearest 3 enemies it can see. If there are fewer than 3 enemies within range, it will move up to 6 inches and then make this attack against up to 3 enemies it can see within range. If it cannot move and attack such an enemy, it will move and then use its action to move toward the closest enemy. Okay.
What is the range of this?
20 inches.
Wonderful! My very strong ghosty boy is about to get fucking barbecued.
Fortunately, though, for you, the way that wizard has set up the house is blocking his vision to everybody.
Yes.
So he can see the Revenant right now.
Okay. So he's gonna come torch both of our important things.
He's gonna move himself in such a way, because this is the only one he can actually see. It is in range right now. So let me flip back over here. He's Fury will move up to 6 inches. Okay, so he is going to move up to 6 inches. So he's going to come straight for the Revenant, basically, because he moves toward the target he can see in an attempt to bring more targets into his vision range, right?
Sure.
So the wizard moves over here. Now, when he goes over there, who can he see? He can't see your guy because your guy's invisible in the forest, right?
I don't think so.
This is your Wraith, right?
That's my Wraith,
Yeah,
yeah.
your Wraith is visible, yes. So it will be, he is going to attack.
Oh wait, no, he has Lost in Shadow. The
Okay.
Wraith.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're invisible.
Yeah, if it comes 3 inches close, within 3 inches, then he can't see me, according to Lost in Shadow.
Got it. There you go. Okay, cool. So in this case, he's just going to try to barbecue my team. All right, good.
Fantastic.
A couple questions for you.
Yeah.
What's the biggest, best undead you can have, minion?
There are 4 rating 4 undead. They are a Death Knight, a Vampire, a Flesh Golem, and what am I forgetting? Death Knight, Vampire, Flesh Golem, and a Banshee. Now, those are not actually the baddest undead you could have. Those are the baddest ones you can create, scratch, or recruit out of the book in the beginning. However, over the course of the game, you can attempt to raise heroes you kill. And so, for example, remember the aforementioned boss monsters I just told you about?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You're mine now.
Yeah, you kill one of them and then actually manage to pull off the creation after the game on one of those dudes.
That is fucking epic.
Yes. Now Now this is pod racing. Okay. So, at any rate, this dude's got a 20-inch range. He's going to be barbecuing, my team. So he's going to go after my Necromancer, my Vampire Spawn, and my Revenant.
And they can see through forests.
Yeah, in this case, I didn't roll that. There is a thing that can make it so forests just block line of sight completely. But I didn't roll
okay.
that one.
We got the Fey version.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. So I will have cover to this because of the woods, though, which is nice. Because that does give me some advantage here, which I appreciate. Like
maybe it increases the defense rating by 1 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, the nice part here is there's still a little bit of I don't know, defense I've got. So, like the forest has the cover keyword. So when a model is on terrain or there is a piece of terrain with a cover keyword directly between an attacker and their target, the target gains a +1 bonus to their defense against all attacks that are not made in melee range. Okay? Which this most certainly is not. He is shooting me from very far away. So let's roll this through. The wizard's offense is 2 + 1 per rating, so 4. Okay? And then unfortunately the wizard is also #blessed. So, 5 dice.
What a great thing to roll. Is there anything on the ant table that's not like devastating?
Yes.
Okay.
Every that's intentional. Every hero on a 1 basically has it's like a pseudo I do nothing.
Yeah.
It's usually framed as like a put their shield up and defend themselves, or like step back and withdraw from the fight, or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's intentional so that you're like, if you're in a bad spot and the heroes activate, there's always a chance that you don't just get creamed off the table, right? Okay.
I love it.
So let's go through this. Okay, we'll start with the shots at my Revenant. So this is the wizard attacking my Revenant. Unfortunately, my Revenant is defense 3. Oh. Not a super high defense minion. So here
6
we go.
dice again?
5 dice this time.
Oh, look, a crit. Wonderful.
Wonderful. And everyone was successful. So just rocking and rolling.
Didn't Scott say he was going to start doing these rolls?
Yeah, well,
I did.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my Revenant takes 6 damage. That's
So a
okay.
crit is simply a 10 on a d10, and it does 1 extra damage.
That's right.
Sometimes abilities will have an additional effect they apply with the crit, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. In this case, the wizard, unlike the priest, the wizard doesn't have anything extra.
Gotcha.
Here. The wizard's special abilities are the first time it gets attacked in a turn, it puts up a magical shield and gains +3 bonus to its defense, but only for the first attack against it. And it can also, if somebody gets near it at the start of its turn, it will teleport away.
Okay. Wait, what are we talking about right now?
The wizard.
Okay.
The wizard special abilities. Okay, so that wizard moved and then shot the Revenant. Now it needs to shoot at my Vampire Spawn. My Vampire Spawn is big defense 4.
Ooh.
All successful again, but no crits. Okay, so that's 5 damage on my Vampire Spawn. Scott, we're getting wrecked.
I mean, you made this game, man.
I did.
You're to blame.
And then my shooting at my Necromancer, we'll see how this actually works out. My Necromancer has a defense of 5. Sorry, that was my Revenant actually had 1 higher because of cover, but it didn't matter. All those were really good rolls, so I still took the 5. My Necromancer is normally defense 5, but 6 because of cover.
Shoot to the forest.
So 1 crit, 1 hit. Now, Necromancers don't have a durability stat. There's no health, there's no nothing. Your Necromancer can't actually die. However, when they get hit, they lose necromantic energy equal to the damage they would suffer, okay? Now, if they go to 0 necromantic energy, they don't die, they just can't use any powers. It's okay, and it's unfortunate. And if they keep getting hit, their minions start crumbling. That's what happens. In this case, though, I'm going to choose to use my Dark Shield, that power, and I'm going to burn a point of necromantic energy to just negate the attack.
Right.
So, bloop, turn the attack off. There we go. Good to go.
Dark shielded. Question for you about campaign length.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat asked, how many missions is a campaign in this game?
So if you play all the way straight through, there's 11 unique scenarios, but keep in mind if you sort of played through them and then played them on hard mode, that would basically amount to double playing everyone, so 22. Okay. I think a campaign is probably somewhere on the order of it's sort of random. If you're trying to go all the way through the game, then you have to play through at least, up to the 11th mission to achieve the Dark Apotheosis or whatever and get the final sort of reward. But, the campaign length is kind of wherever you want it to be. What's your necromantic but your necromancer's goal,
Right.
right?
Right.
Because there's a lot of incremental benefits. It doesn't have like this set endpoint, just like human life doesn't have a set endpoint. It's about what your goals are, right?
Right.
So like at a certain point, your layer will become advanced, so you'll move from a hovel to a tower. You'll have neat things in your layer that let you do special things. You'll have certain minions you've recruited. It's just when do you want to stop, right?
Yeah, the way you made it seem like it's kind of like Breath of the Wild, where it's like you can play the game how you want to. If you want to get super buffed up and then go back to an earlier mission and just stunt on some villagers, like you can play that.
Of course.
Way. You can do that. It's like interacts like a video game might.
Yes.
Okay, very cool.
One of my favorite games of all time. What was the video game where you were like playing the vampire and you went through and killed everybody, shouted Ve Victus all the time?
Blood Rain.
No, it's not that. I know it's not Blood Rain. Gosh darn it. Anyways, every time I restarted, it was on like PlayStation. Every time I restarted that game, I would literally start back at the beginning and kill my way through the entire game again up to where I was. Kill every human, every living thing in between wherever I'd gotten to in the game and the start point.
Blood Omen?
No,
Legacy of Cain?
Legacy of Cain.
Yeah,
there it is. Whelp, what do you know of eternity? Okay, yes. I remember like quotes from the game, but I can't remember the game.
Yeah, what the heck?
All right, so at any rate, let's activate our other wizard here,
Our
Blue
fourth
Lady.
person to go.
Last one. She rolls a 7. Oh,
That can't
boy.
be good.
That is a fireball. So it's going to cast a fireball against the nearest enemy it can see,
Goodbye, base.
targeting that enemy's resist instead of defense. All models within 3 inches of the target, other than the wizard, suffer half of the damage dealt, rounding up. And it's a shame because normally we want her to fireball. We want her to fireball like when there's a lot of her warriors around, because she'll just blow them up too.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. But unfortunately, she didn't. But she's going to fireball bait. That is the nearest one she can see. Sadly, bait is probably no longer around for this world. Okay, so let's get amongst it here. All right, so her offense is 4, 5 for this attack, 4 base, plus 1 for the bless. And my skeleton's resist, since she's targeting resist this time, as the power said, is 4. So here we go. Against bait. Bait is very dead.
No! He is now a bonfire.
So there you go. Boom.
Of interest only to historians.
So,
All right,
I
so
noticed
bait
we're
dies.
using wizards here, right?
Yes.
Is wizards perhaps a keyword in this game?
What do you mean?
Is it like a term you reuse?
Like wizard, the hero type?
Yes.
I mean, wizards are you'll run into wizards many times. There are
Do you define wizards somewhere in the rulebook?
just under what they are as a hero.
Do you just assume people know what a wizard is?
Yeah.
I mean, is that really safe? Can you do that for sure?
I think people know.
I don't
what
think I
wizard is.
know a wizard is a wizard unless I'm told that a wizard is a wizard.
Yeah, it's a wizard.
A wizard is a unit with the wizard keyword on
That's
its
right, yeah,
force roll.
exactly.
Is a wizard.
There's actually 3 W's because it's the wizard.
Yeah.
All right.
Bang.
All right. Well, after a devastating hero round of activation, that's fine.
And they do that after every one of our activations.
That's right. It is now back to us.
Oh boy.
Okay, well, mission number 1 has to be to blast down these priests. Let me tell you that right now. We got to get rid of these people.
They're not going to go after our next activation, though.
The warriors
The
will.
4 warriors will. Okay,
Correct.
is there some kind of wisdom here about killing the people that haven't activated yet, or is that just unwise?
It's always valuable. Like, if we can power down one of these wizards, it's fine, but the priests are like, that front priest is relatively exposed. So we may be able to get to a point where we could like target the priest, but not actually get reprisaled by the warriors
What
directly.
if I whip the priest close to us and we dogpile it?
I would love that very much.
Okay, I have defense 8, so my
You're less scared.
necromancer is pretty tanky, yeah. So only 8 ups were going to do damage to me. And maybe what I can do is I can just walk up, spend my energy so that any future damage isn't actually like consuming it. We gain 3, right? At the start of our turn?
At the start of the turn, not on activation, at the start of the turn.
So
Very
right
different.
now?
Not right now. This is just the second activation of turn 1.
Oh, okay. So I'm stuck with the 10 for activating all my dudes one time.
Correct.
All right, cool.
But having a person die next to us would be nice too, because then you can drink that juice.
Okay, yeah, get that Kool-Aid.
which
Should
we'll
I
talk
do-
about when that happens.
Should I do the whip first? you
I think so. I think the right answer here is because you've got a move of like what 5, 6, something like that.
6.
Okay, and your Whip of Darkness has a 12-inch range. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean you barely need to move at all, right? Because that's 12 inches from the priest.
Okay.
So I think you just like
kind of scoot a little bit.
just scoot around, whip that priest in here, and then just let's dogpile this lady.
And I can put her like right here, within
yeah.
an inch.
You get to set it up within an inch of you, and then we all so we better gang up on him. Let's get her, guys.
All right, that cost me 2 necromantic energy, going from 4 to 2.
Okay.
It can target 1 enemy model. It has a range of 12. We're in range. The power dice I use are 3 d10s.
Okay.
And it's 1d6 damage per success, and I am rolling against this person's resistance.
Yes, and her
Based on a rating as well?
exactly. So the priest has a relatively high resist, which is 4 plus 1 per rating. So the priest is resist 7. So 7 is your target number.
Okay.
We just need you to get 1 7 in there.
There's a chance that I don't,
Pull it over.
you know?
Yes.
I just
'Cause you
want to
only
hedge
need 1
immediately.
success to pull him, right?
I don't know.
I think that's right.
If damage suffered, move target to
There you
anywhere
go.
within 1 inch of the caster.
Okay.
Okay, so I
one
need
success.
chat. I need 1 7. This is the first time I'm rolling d10s. Can I roll as good as Vince is rolling our AI?
on us.
Let's see. Oh, thank God, I got 1 8. Okay, thank God. All right, so she gets whipped. It's 1d6 damage per success.
So roll that first.
Okay,
That's a cool whip.
It is.
5 damage.
There you go. That's a
Very
great
nice.
start. Good start.
And then I can move this poor Shalian priestess.
Yes.
Within
you
an
set her
inch.
up anywhere within an inch of you.
Oh yeah, baby, you're coming right. You're coming right in the.
Yeah,
mix.
just get it right in the pocket.
Oh,
There you go.
right.
And then we will put her little.
Officially amongst it, as they say.
Absolutely. We'll put her little 5 damage on her there. Okay. Well. Yes. By the way, the priest's durability is 6 plus 3 per rating, so she has 15 durability. So you have taken off 5 of that, 10 left.
Okay, not bad.
We can do this. We can do this.
Okay, so that was my one thing,
Yep.
and now I will do.
You have completed your necromancer, so now you have 4 rating worth of undead to activate.
And I believe I have a mob that does especially well against things that are wounded. Oh, well, you know what? That's the ranged one. That doesn't matter so much. We'll do maybe the shadow that has an ability when it crits, something called weakened.
That's right. It weakens them. Yes.
Check that new mechanic out.
By the way, don't forget, the nice part about the Bless is that it's only +1 to offense and defense, not to resist.
Oh,
so you
wonderful.
targeted the right thing. So yes, going with your mob that weakens things, if you get the crits off, would be great, because then we can counteract the Bless.
What does weakened do then?
Weakened is -2 to offense and defense.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So now I'm kind of slightly confused. So when I cast the spell, I was rolling against resist.
Yes.
When you use defense when you're rolling with attack dice.
Correct.
Okay.
Like offense powers.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so this is my wraith. That's a shade. That's a shade. This. Oh no, sorry. Those are specters.
Yes.
This is my shade. My shadow. My shadow. So my shadow has a move of a lot, 9.
Like 9, yeah.
So I'll walk within an inch,
Yep.
and I will bash. And my offense score is 5. I need 5 d10s. I'm rolling against her defense.
Her defense, yep. Her defense is 3 plus 1 per rating, so normally 6, but she is blessed, so for this first attack, it will be 7s.
Okay. And only for the first attack.
Only for the first attack. Hopefully, you weaken, and then we don't have to deal with this anymore. Hey, you got 2 critical hits.
2 crits. Nice.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Good
so
roll.
3 successes and 5 damage.
That's right, 5 more damage. So we'll just flip over that 5 if you would. I think a 10 is on the other side.
Indeed.
And now the priest is weakened, so she's -2 to
-2.
offense and defense.
So in this case, would that be a 5 or a 4?
So it would go, both of the bonuses still apply, so it would be down to 5.
Okay, cool. All right, that was one of my shades.
Your specter, or your shadow, sorry.
Shadow, yes. I could go with a specter now.
Yeah, you want to try to just finish her off with the specter right in front of her?
Let's
or,
do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
That'd be supreme.
Should I
Point blank.
move away to take advantage of some movement here? Or are we happy sitting in this corner? I'm sorry, I kind of forgot. What is the objective we're trying to do?
Kill all of them.
Oh, this
In this
is
time, it's just murder everybody.
Just sit in this corner, let them walk at us. Right?
It's sometimes that can be an okay strat unless they have lots of ranged power.
Yeah, which
Keep in mind, if they outdo
maybe
you,
do.
most of the heroes have ranged attacks, and so like if you're like some of the scenarios are like a lot of wizards and rangers and stuff, and like you don't want to try to play the ranged game with them, they're very happy about that. Or they start lobbing fireballs in the woods, and it's like, yeah, well, eventually you'll fall out the other side.
That's when you
smoking
hide
husk.
by this building, and then an adventurer comes out and bashes you in the head. So one thing I actually just noticed is you didn't take this model off the board.
I didn't. I left it there.
Why is that?
Flavor.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know if it could come back to life. or
If
something
you
like
have
that.
the power reanimate, it's important to know where your minions died because you can stand them back up. Okay, and you have to use the power within a certain radius of where they died. I don't have that power. I just thought it'd be fun to leave it there for color.
For sure.
Make them terrain.
All right. So whenever I attack with a Spectre, I use the special ability Black Bolt.
That's right.
Okay. And that is when attacking a wounded target, which I am, slow them as well, which may not be applicable. But I'm going to fight with my 5 offense dice. Is that pretty average?
That's pretty average, yeah.
Pretty average?
It's like decent, yes.
Okay. And I'm fighting against now a 5 defense priestess.
That's
or is it a priest? Priest, yeah.
Seems like a
Priestess. Yeah. And I need 5s now. Okay.
That's right.
This is good stuff. Not so good.
not such a hot roll.
All right, I got 1 damage through.
1 damage. 1 big damage. Okay.
All right, Vince, you need to come through here and do some work.
All right, we gotta come through. We gotta clean up. All right, let me do some range testing here.
Oh, my restream chat totally died.
I think it just cleared. We haven't had a chat message in a little bit.
It's just like completely white. Is that normal?
Yeah, they clear out after a bit.
Oh, okay.
Let me just do this.
Okay. Cool.
See?
Wonderful.
All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna activate my very wounded vampire spawn back here because their vampire spawn are actually pretty good attackers and they can self-heal.
Ooh.
That's my vampire spawn back here.
Very flavorful.
So yeah, they have a movement of 7. I believe that'll easily get me over here, just like into this little pocket. Yep. So
Craves blood.
that's right. Gotta get that juice. That's within an inch, something like that. If I just slide up in that pocket, and then we're going to be attackies against the priesties. Okay. So the vampire spawn normally has an offense of 5. However, I used dark flame weapons earlier in the round, you'll remember, which is +1 to the offense score of all of my models. So here we go. 6 dice going against the priest's now defense of 5, since you were nice enough to weaken it for me. Thank you.
I did my job.
What I'm looking for here is 2 critical hits. That's what triggers my special ability. So, see if we can get there. We cannot. We got 1, but it was we absolutely ripped this lady apart. Like, that was every success. That was a 6 before I knocked it over. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because dark flame weapons also gives me +1 damage on crits.
Crits, nice. Okay.
That's right. So I do 8 damage to this priestess with the vampire spawn and just literally rip her apart. So that is a very dead priest.
Eviscerated.
Eviscerated. Okay. Sadly, didn't heal myself, but that's okay.
You need 2 crits to get the heal off?
2 crits to get the heal off because it also increases it. They drink enough blood that they also get +1 offense for the rest of the game.
Holy cow. Okay.
They get juiced.
They get juiced.
Absolutely.
So it's very potent when you combine it with things that buff their offense, that give you more dice to roll, right?
Yeah.
So more chances of getting
like
those
the dark
10s.
flame weapons?
Exactly. So like it creates like a nice stacking. There's kind of a I play tested a couple like all vampire warbands just for fun, and you can do some really fun stuff with that kind of vampiric thing. There's no legacy it's specifically that, but it's fun.
So like what's interesting about making a game for both co-op and like single player and versus is that sometimes in single player games the games invite you to break them. Like they
Yes.
want you to find the ridiculous overpowered thing.
That's right.
But that also may mess with the balance in like a versus game. How did you deal with that?
Yeah, it's funny because one of the things my 2 skeleton, by the way, we're going to move up and just shoot is the answer here.
Okay.
That brings both of these guys to within range, but I should be still far enough away that yes, that's fine. They're gonna. Well, I don't want him to go jump your necromancer, but I want him to be close here, so that's fine. We'll put 1 up close and 1 up far. There you go.
1 gets offered up.
Yeah, this warband is very much all about like the right amount of bait that I have to keep offering the bad guys because I don't have any like big tank, awesome dudes that just like you shove out and you're like, go, do okay, be good.
You throw your skeletons out there and they go, no, not my skeletons.
Exactly, yeah.
You've bested me, hero.
That's right. The nature of the skirmish is interesting because a lot of the trying to like break it and figure out the play patterns and stuff like that has to do with how you interact with the AI. in skirmish always balances itself to some degree when they're both drawn from the same pool. You know what I mean? Like, everybody can take the same undead. Everybody has access to the same legacies, right? So it's not like a game with armies where the rules are necessarily segmented in some way. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody can draw from the same pool. So then it really just becomes a game of like making sure within that one pool that you don't have any options that are wildly out of whack.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's a little easier exercise than when you have like when everything is so hard coded like in army games where it's like, okay, this is everything this army can do and only what it can do.
Yeah.
And its weird bag of amorphous rules has to balance against this other thing that's completely different and doing different things and has different stats and so on. So.
Sure.
Okay. Anyways, my skeletons are shooters. He's a shooter. So we're going to bring up the archers, and we're just going to try to soften up these warriors before they go. Okay?
Someone said, I love when Vince is around, turns the show from kill your friends to kill your zaddy.
There you go.
What is it? And obviously, it sounds like daddy. Is that like Zoomer daddy? What is zaddy?
Like older.
Oh.
Older daddy.
My dad is already older, though. He's my dad.
Well.
Even older?
Oh,
Is
even,
that how that's supposed to work?
Even older. All right, so, okay. My skeleton archers have an offense of 3 normally, but dark flame weapons. Okay, now I am aiming at the warriors. The warriors' defense is 3 plus 1 per rating. They are rating 2 warriors, so this would normally be 5. However, still #blessed.
Still fucking blessed, goddamn.
Yeah, it just sits as the first action for that priest to fire off. It was a real
when
winner.
you live that blessed life,
It's yeah,
ain't
exactly.
nothing can stop you.
Doesn't go away.
So I got 4 shots aiming at 5s. Here we go. Let's get into it. That is 1
Okay.
success. That's a okay start. It's all right. Just gotta soften them up a little bit here. Soften them up. Then the other archer. These guys aren't that impressive, but you know it's ranged attacks. That's what he wants. Firepower. It's none. That's
No, you got a 5. You got a 5.
no 6 is my target.
Oh,
because of the bless.
God damn, dude.
So
So
bless
what you're telling me is you rolled
confounds us.
8 dice, and one of them was over a 6?
Correct. Not a great roll. Not a great roll. I only roll that well when I'm attacking us.
We should have played a competitive version of this.
But what I am going to... Oh, we can take off this little wound marker here.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gone.
They got absolutely shredded.
What I am going to do, though, is now activate my Necromancer for the second time, since I haven't done that. And I am... Oh, we didn't do something. I'm sorry. Your Necromancer was standing right here. All right, right here. When the priest died,
Yes.
you regained an amount of necromantic energy equal to the rating of the priest, since you were the necromancer within 3 inches.
3,
so you
right?
gained back 3 necromantic energy. Yes. Sorry, I forgot that trigger.
Soul Siphon.
Yes,
Delicious.
as you drink their sweet, sweet life energies.
Oh, going to 5.
Okay,
I can feel the power.
that's right. My necromancer is going to spend 3 energy and use Stitch Together, which is a heal. I get to pick up to 3 friendly undead within 12 inches. They have to be non-spirit, so sadly I cannot heal your undead. But I'm going to heal my vampire spawn and my revenant. I get to heal them each a d6. So here we go. So the vampire spawn, oh,
Baby.
back in the mix. And then the revenant over there. Another big 5er. Okay, see, we're bringing it back around.
Fine, we're fine.
All right, thus completes my activations. We've only lost 1 minion, but we've paid it back in kind with 1 priest, feeling pretty good.
That's a good trade, I think.
That's a good trade, absolutely.
All right, so I have activated a Necromancer and a minion of rating 4. You did something similar, right?
Yep.
All
So
right.
that concludes all of our activations, which means we now go to the final activations for the heroes in turn 1, which is the warriors. We'll roll these through. Warriors are pretty straightforward. They're like fighters, you know, they just want to go up and go smash things. They're the kind of simplest sort of hero in what they do. So their AI is just all about doing lots of damage. So the first warrior here, 3, which is just strike. It attacks nearest enemy. If there's no one within an inch, it moves its full move to the nearest enemy and makes an attack. If it can't, it will double move toward the nearest enemy. So it's going to just move. We already know there's no one in range. So it's just going to go bloop, right up there. Okie dokie dokie. Artichoke. Next warrior, 8. That is Whirlwind Strike. It will normally hit everybody around it, but again, there's nobody around it. So instead, it's
Take that, AI.
it will just double move up. And then the next warrior, this guy back here. See what he does? Oh, he rolls the 1. That's actually really good. Okay, so don't. We can't forget that really critical 1 damage.
One damage is very important.
That dude walks up with he's got like a minor cut on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 is he takes a defensive stance. He does not move and gains a +1 bonus to defense, max 10 until the end of the turn. So like
it's tanky.
Okay, he basically like huddles down and gets behind the shield. But that's fine. That's good because if they all 4 would have moved up, that's probably a lot. Okay, so and then the last one, 9. That's normally double strike. It's very scary. But again, because of the range, it's just going to move toward the closest enemy.
Yes, Ruined, we are playing the co-op version of Death Wizards.
It will move here to the swamp, and then it will have its move reduced. So he gets caught up in the swamp.
Oh, okay.
Because he moves toward, they move on a straight line towards the closest enemy, and he walked toward the swamp.
Move reduced by D6.
D6, yes.
Okay. All right.
So his move for his second move, all of them, whenever you move into terrain, you test at basically at the end of your movement, just to keep the timing clean, and it affects the rest of your actions. So his second move was reduced by 5 inches, normally move 6, so he only had 1 inch of movement to just hop forward.
Significantly easier than the Wizard and Priest round for now.
Yes.
Now that they are in the mix, it'll be more devastating. But that was turn 1.
That was turn 1. Yeah, you got to be careful when warriors get up in your mix because a lot of enemies are sort of single attackers. Obviously, the wizards aren't, as you saw. But warriors are the other things. They want to get up there. They have lots of multi-attacking and whirlwind attacking where they can just hit everybody around them.
Dang. Okay.
So it gets very scary.
Actually, I did say that was turn 1, but there is a shadow that I haven't gone with yet.
Well, shit, I just hit the turn 2 button, so he doesn't go.
How does that work?
Because you summoned him, right? Because you had 4 and then 3 and then 4?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because of your summon. So you'll actually have a third activation here of both your Necromancer and that shadow. So, yes, I forgot because you summoned the dude. So, yeah, you can activate both of those. You've got some cleaner targets here.
Is there a limit to this? Summoning other...
Yes, you can't have more than 5 rating worth of summoned undead at the board at any given point in time.
Okay, it's not bad. Okay, so let me remember things. You went... that's my Necromancer.
Yes.
That was the one that tried to finish off the Priestess.
Yep. Yes, your lady with the purple hat has not gone yet.
This one, yes. Okay. All right, cool. And this is a Spectre.
Which has the ranged attack on it.
Ranged attack. 5 offense score, 10 inches. Attacking a wounded target, it would slow it. Would it be helpful to slow the person who is in our shit right now or not at all?
Probably not, but that's okay if we just want to get some damage on that one. I mean, I say throw the dice.
Right. I mean, there's it's going to happen whether or not I roll the dice. So
yeah,
let's do it.
You're at defense 6 for, sorry, let me flip back over here. I apologize. Yes, I'm right. You're at defense 6 for this because of the bless still being in effect.
Okay.
Which mission is this, Vince?
This is called Conduct a Ritual.
Conduct a Ritual.
Yes. Okay. Here we go. Looking for 6s. We got a crit. Oh yeah.
That was a good roll.
4 damage.
There you go. We'll take it.
4 damage and slowed to the weakened person, but it won't matter.
Yeah, exactly, because it'll fall off in 2 seconds and he won't move again.
Yes, and I get to go with my Necromancer, right?
That's right. Yes, you have another activation with your Necromancer.
Okay. I do have my giant pulse now, but some of your skeletons are nearby. And
I mean, you're an offensive Necromancer, and you are in range of that guy. Rather than save your necromantic power, because you're gonna regain some energy next turn. What's your offense?
6.
That's pretty good. Just go up and
just bash
him. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
It's often a really good thing. Your Necromancer's no chump in melee. Yours isn't. Mine is.
All right, I'll do that. Otilia will walk up and swing her giant. I don't even know what kind of weapon this thing is.
It's kind of scythe thing, I guess.
Kind of scythe thing.
Sickle, maybe? I don't know.
I got 6 dice used because I have an offense rating of 6. I'm looking to beat 6, right?
That's right. 6 dice looking for 6s.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3 damage.
There you go. All right.
Slapped.
Good, simple end of turn damage. The other advantage here is the warriors won't activate first next round, so you'll activate before them, so you can get yourself out of range.
All right, the last time I hit this wasn't for real, so I'm hitting it again.
Now it's for real.
Yes. All right, turn 2.
Turn 2, there it is. Now this time, we mean it.
We mean it for real. And also I want to take this opportunity to let you guys know if you're new here, if you just kind of waltzed into either Vince's stream, my stream on YouTube or Twitch, We are currently demoing a game called Death Wizards, developed by Snarling Badger Studios, which is a 2-man operation. Vince here is one of the members, and also Uncle Adam, who was floating around in the chat earlier, is also responsible for this game. This is a skirmish game about necromantic warband combat. So you get to pilot a necromancer and also his gang of undead misfits to do various missions. It can be played co-op, it can be played single player, and it can be played versus, all versions. And it's out now. If you want to find it and you're on YouTube, it's in the description, linked there. And if you're on Twitch, it'll be in the Twitch chat. Actually just got sent right there. Check it out, it's awesome.
Very nice. All right, at the start of the turn, all buffs fall off, all the things that are, till end of turn. So thankfully, the bless finally goes away.
Also your Dark Flame weapon.
Also my Dark Flame weapons goes away,
Okay,
that's
okay.
right. And as well, we the necromancers, gain 3 necromantic energy back.
Can you go above your starting value?
No, you can never go, no, barring one weird exception that has to do with a layer you can gain. So, in general, no.
Have you been actually'd yet about your own game from a fan?
Of course, people will be like, but what about this thing? And I'm like, well, I was speaking in broad terms.
I think you'll find on the 11th page.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, I know.
I also missed 2 subs, Wilhelm and Paint Liquor, who says spooky. Thanks for the Twitch sub. Appreciate the support here on Twitch, guys. Thank you.
Okay, so once again, we have the first activation. Now, they are in our business, okay? You have some kind of bomb, right? How's your draining wave work again?
All non-spirit enemy models in range. The range is, I don't know, 3 D10 power dice. All targets suffer 1 D3 damage per success that I roll. If it's a hero, 1 D6 damage instead. These are all heroes, right?
They are all heroes.
When
yes,
are they
that's
not
right.
hero? Oh, when it's your own minion.
When it's your own minions, when it's enemy undead. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh, there's enemy undead. Oh, because you play versus. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, of course.
Right. That's right. Okay, so that's pretty good. It's a 6-inch range, so it's a 6-inch bubble off of you.
Okay, so I could walk in.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, can we get you around to the middle?
We
now,
can.
the problem is if you go this direction, you're going to have to risk the woods roll, and you could get fascinated.
But I can fly. Can I fly? Am I flying?
You're not flying.
Shoot. I'm not actually a ghost. Everyone I'm controlling is a ghost.
Yes, you're at this point, you are still made of stuff.
I hate being made of stuff.
I think we risk it for the biscuit, right?
Go push it for the, try to see if, just have you try to go around. Because I think if you have to go the other way around,
It's just not going to get very far away, you know?
you're going to get to here. You'd still be in range. That's but then the question
I'm
is
hitting
how many
multiple
of,
undeads, right?
crap.
I'd be hitting both your
Yeah, you'd be
skeleton
hitting
archers.
my people. Yeah. Okay,
We risk
but here's
it.
what we do. No, I got it.
Okay.
Let me get out of your way first. This is where I talked about the back and forth activation and me getting out of your way. So let me fall back. My archers are going to fall to the back of the party.
Can you
Okay.
leave combat willingly whenever you want?
Yes, you can just walk out of combat.
Okay.
So I will activate first. What I'll do is my necromancer's safe over here. So let's see who.
Maine's Shaman asked the question that I asked during the podcast, actually, and that is there a mode of this game that shines more than the other ones? And Vince explained to me that one of the tenets of this game was making a game that worked well at every level of those things. That was a design consideration from the beginning. And so I don't want to answer for you. Is there a mode that shines most here, or are they all kind of equally represented?
I think they're all pretty equally represented. Is really the answer. Like it was very much a focus of this. I mean, if you ask me what I personally enjoy, I think playing like this co-op is really fun. You generate a lot of heroes. The missions are really tough because the heroes kind of, have like a potency. The more of them you get, like the more wizards you have, the more priests you have, they all start doing their things together and buffing each other and stuff. So like the heroes have a naturally synergistic quality, right? And so like co-op games are both tough and challenging, but also fun because it's you and your partner. But like everyone is designed to be a full play experience. Skirmish is really interesting because there are different powers and abilities that will take on and express different sort of elements of themselves in, like you mentioned, your power is really good against heroes, but weaker against undead. There's things that are the inverse of that are stronger against undead, but weaker against heroes, right? So like those kinds of decisions matter.
Does the versus like fold into a campaign seamlessly, or is it more like, hey, we're gonna play a pickup game Like you can only take standard undead? How does it work?
Completely seamlessly. You can play a versus game, then play a solo game, then do a co-op game. The whole time you're gaining experience building your necromancer, everything like that.
Okay.
And there's like a self-leveling sort of thing that happens that allows you to make sure that you're, like, if you go into versus something and you're way stronger and they're way weaker, that you can still balance that out.
Right. Okay. So if I'm walking in mission 1 wizard versus necromancer versus like mission 8 necromancer,
Right.
There's some.
They go down to your rating, basically.
Okay.
They come down to your rating.
Interesting.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna activate
Fucking Rufus.
the necromancer first.
That's my favorite one.
There.
We're all very afraid of the Fey forest.
Absolutely. This forest is terrifying.
It's a tiny little fangorn forest right here. We're just like, we're not going inside.
Be a little bit over. All right. And then we'll use Dark Flame weapons again. We'll go ahead and put that up. That seems good.
Dark flame.
Actually, do I want to do that? Or do... Well, you'll be attacking resist with your power, so...
With my spell.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
The warrior's resist is 5. You know what? Rather than Dark Flame, I think we're actually going to... Rather than Dark Flame, I will Atrophic Blast. And I don't have to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to Atrophic Blast. Yeah, I got 12 inches here. So I just need to get up.
When you build a necromancer in this game, you get to pick 3 spells that you can take in the very beginning, along with a baked-in spell from the legacy you picked and 3 freebies. So everyone starts with 7 powers. Is that correct?
That's right. The Monster Master doesn't get a bonus one, so they only start with 6.
Okay.
The controller starts with 2 bonus powers, so they start with 8.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to Atrophic Blast instead. Kind of the same position, but it's going to be the Wizard and the 2 Warriors. And Atrophic Blast is a different power. This costs 4 Necromantic Energy, so I will go to 8. And I roll, it's 5d10 power against their resist. And every success is a d3 damage. If I get 3 successes, the target is weakened. So I'm going to try to weaken them now.
Right away.
So that way we can, because that'll be more valuable. So here we go.
I like that.
Okay, so injured warrior, here we go. The warriors are resist 5. So I'm looking for 5s. 5 dice, looking for 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. You can't hate that.
1 crit too.
The spells themselves don't crit until you take the ability to let them crit. The powers don't.
Oh, okay.
But the warrior does take a d3 damage per success. Why didn't I roll that in there? Sorry, I apologize, everyone. 3, 6, 7, 8. Did I just kill that guy? 8 and 8, 16.
You target 3 people with this?
3 people, yeah.
Very nice. How many spells are there in the game? Asks Don Haney.
Oh, good question. A lot. There's 6 for the individual necromancers, 3 universal, and then 23 other ones. 24.
This guy's the developer, dude. Come on.
I know,
24.
right? Come on.
24.
Come on.
24 other unique powers. And then lots of those powers have modal settings. So yeah, 8 more damage. He has 16 health. So, okay, well, there you go. Hey, I cleared space for you.
Nice.
Because that was way more effective than I was expecting it to be.
Nice.
So, okay, killed that warrior. He's weakened, very weakened.
Weakened to the point of death.
And then only 2 successes against that one, of course. So I don't get the weakened on him, but I still get... I can't help myself. Hey, all right. 5 damage. We'll take that.
Very nice.
And then the wizard. Wizards are tough. Wizards' resists are wild. Like, shockingly, wizards are very resistant to magic.
Do you need line of sight? Yeah, I guess you can see him.
Yeah, I can just see him.
Oh, he's just peeking. Okay.
He's peeking. Hey, how's the peeking? So at any rate, here we go. Wizard's resist is 6 plus 1 per rating. So this guy's resist is 8.
Yeah, there should be like a counter somewhere, a number of references made that I do not understand.
That would be a big 0 against the wizard. Okay, so sadly the wizard is able to resist my fell magics, but that's okay. Now you have an easy line to walk up for your power. You can go wherever you want. In fact, I doubt you can get anybody else. But I'm still gonna. I'll finish my activations to clear my people out, so that way, I don't get like caught in your shenanigans in any way here. Okay. So my skeletons are both gonna just move back here and back here.
Hey, super chat, $5. What game mechanics make the apron a requirement? Splash damage?
Just always, exactly. It's a Gallagher-like show. Okay, so we'll move those two back there. Now we've cleared the space for you to go forward. But then I'll go ahead and attack with my two skeletons against that warrior. That warrior does not have blessing anymore, so his defense is just 5. He's not weakened, and he's not blessed. He's just back to being...
Just a standard warrior.
Just being a warrior. So we got 3 dice each, rolling against a defense of 5. Here we go. First skeleton. 1. I'll take it. It's fine. It's 1.
These are rating 2, right? Rating 1.
Exactly. You know,
They're just pinging them.
it's just pepper. Just get a little pepper. 1.
1.
Fine. There we go. All right. We soften them up. And then I still have 2 rating to activate, which I don't want to get in your mix. So I'm gonna let you go, and then I'll activate my 2 rating after you're done. I don't want to get in the mix with you and then get caught in your explosion.
Oh, okay. By the way, thank you for the $5 super chat donation. I don't know which channel it went to, but I assume we're both equally grateful.
Absolutely.
That was on your channel.
It should be on yours, since I don't think I have it turned on mine.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Now I'm even more grateful. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I'm gonna move 6 inches so I can be equidistant from both of these warriors, and I'm gonna slam. Wait, I want to also make sure Bait's dead. He's no good.
Yeah, Bait's dead.
Okay, cool. I am within 6 of both of these.
Now, technically, your movement would have reduced for the swamp, but that's okay. It's at the end of your movement, and you're not going to move again.
Should I stay there?
There you go. I would stay there.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't go in the swamp.
Don't go in the swamp. Swamp of Sorrows? Swamp of Sadness? What is
Swamp
it?
bad.
Where's the one where Atreyu fucking drowns and every child's dreams are shattered? Was it Swamp of Sadness?
What was it actually called? I don't know. Something like that. Sorrow, I think.
Oh yeah, that broke me. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, I should put a little horse in here.
Yeah.
That'd be so fucked. Okay, we're gonna use a spell called Draining Wave, which has 2 different costs. Is that maybe a range? 2/5?
So it's a question of when you use Draining Wave. Okay, I don't know why it has 2/5 on it. It shouldn't on that one, but that's okay. Draining Wave has a cost of 4. You just miscopied something.
Yeah, I just missed all the right numbers.
That's okay. It's cost 4 necromantic energy, has a range of 6 inches, and hits all non-spirit enemy models within range. Power dice is 3d10.
All right, cost of 4, going from 8 to 4. Nice. And then, like you said, I have 3d10 power dice.
Yes. And you are aiming at the warriors resist here. These are good targets for this power. Oftentimes, like wizards are very hard to take. Enemy wizards are hard to take out with necromantic powers, as are like enemy paladins and stuff like that. They're fairly resistant to your magic, right? For different reasons. But so you kind of got to tackle them more with minions usually, whereas warriors are the other way around. They're often pretty tough, but they're more susceptible to magic. It's the kind of things you would expect, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so you're aiming at a resist here of 5.
Just a 5 for both of them. Okay, we'll start with the wounded one first. 3d10.
Hey,
Right,
2 successes.
So because it's a hero, it
Yes.
is 1d6 damage per success. So 2. So I get 2d6 damage, and that guy took 8 damage. Oh, it's so close. Right?
Yeah.
He's 1 shy of dying.
Yes, he is at 15 on. I think there you go.
All right.
It was 16 health, yes.
All right, now the next one who is unwounded. Let's see what happens. 3d10 power dice. 2 again.
Very nice.
If I crit, what would happen? Nothing?
Nothing, yeah. Nothing happens on the powers until you take. There's a special ability you can unlock that makes you do bonus damage when you
Wonderful.
use a power.
2d6 damage to this lad. Not as successful. 5 damage.
Still good. We'll take it.
We will.
He's in the swamp. He was partially protected. That's the key.
All right, so that was my Necromancer's activation. I get to activate 4 rating of normal dudes now. What if I just run it down mid and just send my Wraith into the enemy wizard?
I think that'd be awesome. I say we screw that dude up. Wizards are very squishy. That Wraith is a straight baller.
Let's do it.
He's a killer.
He is a straight baller. He's got a 9-inch movement. This guy is just
Easy
flying.
peasy.
You want to
Easy
put him
money.
into base contact or
100%.
whoever makes sense. Okay, so
We'll leave him over here so he's kind of less exposed to the rest of the party.
oh, perfect. Okay,
There you go.
I love that. Okay, so the Wraith has multiple abilities outside of just my normal ethereal. He has Burning Hatred and Lost in the Shadows. Lost in the Shadows we already looked at. When I'm inside a terrain, no one can see me unless they're within 3 inches of me, which you already benefited from. That was awesome. And I also have Burning Hatred. Whenever this model attacks, it may reroll up to 3 dice that were rolled as part of its attack. Amazing! If it's attacking a hero instead of rerolling, it may instead change the result of 1 die to a 10.
Yep.
Okay, he really hates that wizard. So is it either or?
Either or, yeah.
Okay.
You can do one or the other.
Wonderful.
It just depends on like what makes more sense in that situation, right?
Can this wake up the warrior in the house?
Oh, because I'm a ghost.
Oh, spooky ghosts are very quiet.
Spooky ghosts are very quiet. Silent killer.
All right. Why do necromancers always get good tax credits? Recycling businesses are good for the environment.
Exactly. Environmentally friendly.
Calm down, Rufus. All right. No. Okay.
Keep
6.
it up, Rufus. Never stop.
Yeah, never stop. What is the defense
The
rating?
defense of the wizard. Now, the normal defense of the wizard is 5, but this is the first attack made against him, so it shoots up by 3 to 8
Oh,
as he shields.
What do you do? Why are you doing this to me? Okay, fine. Here we go. We don't need it. Oh, I got a 9. Okay, so I can change one of these to a 10 or reroll 3 of them.
Yes. Given this very high number, it feels like just taking one of those and turning it into a crit is the right answer.
It's not like a bad roll on like an average defense.
Right.
Yeah. All right, we'll take this one. We'll go to a 10. So that's going to be 3 damage from the Wraith. And now his future defense ratings will be lower, right?
That's exactly correct. The wizard only gets the magical shield against the first attack made against
Okay.
it. So don't worry, my Revenant's going to be not coming anytime soon, but he's
Thank you.
going to get there eventually.
Okay. All right, that was my full turn. I did my Necromancer and 4 rating worth of minions.
There you go. The Revenant is a little more like who was in Death Witch? Charles Bronson, is that his name? The Death Wish guy just kind of marches slowly forward. He can't really run. Too old for that.
yeah.
Death Wish, the most recent one with
No,
Faith in it?
the old one's from like the 80s.
Oh, okay, yeah, I haven't seen it.
Okay. I have 2 rating worth of undead to still activate. So I am going to activate the Revenant, who cannot get within range as it is, but is going to move up and support you. So the Revenant's just going to double move up here like this. We'll leave you in melee. I'll stay a little bit outside of an inch. That way, in case he does something goofy, I don't get targeted.
Nice.
And we'll be fine with that. Okay.
Can the Revenant
however,
wake up the
Yes,
sixth?
yes. All right.
However, I have wandered within range of the house.
I want to
Yes.
see this happen.
Okay. Would you like to roll it to see if the adventure is home?
I think given your history, you should roll it.
Okay, here we go. On a
Cornflake
3 up.
Justice just subscribed and yelled, "Death Wizards!"
Yes, thank you, Cornflake. Appreciate it.
Here we will. So on a 3 up, the retired adventurer is at home.
Yes, and not only is he a retired adventurer, he's like the most important hero in the realm, right?
Okay,
It's a
so
6.
let's see what type of adventurer is at home. Okay, so
It's
there
gonna
are
be like
6.
a fucking dragon or
This
something.
is,
It's a literal dragon.
there are 6 potential heroes this can be, so we'll see which one it is. Here we go.
All right.
And I'll flip to the AI page to roll this out, where we randomize it. One moment, please. There we go. Okay, here we go. So 1 through 6, because it can't be a villager, because it has to be at least a rating 2, and there are no rating 2 villagers. Villagers are always rating 1.
Okay.
3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, God in heaven.
It's another priest, isn't it?
No, it's worse.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. As he walks off to the figure case.
I'm gonna go grab like a 75 mil model. It's a giant.
Unfortunately, the retired adventurer is a paladin. That is not good for us.
Awesome.
He will be set up there and will activate later in the round.
Awesome.
So, not great. Okay, cool. Where did I put my extra cards? Where do we put the extra cards? Because I need to grab the paladin card. There they are. They're right next to me, Vince. Thank you. So now we add a paladin to the mix. Okay, this fellow needs to die relatively fast, just as a word of, just as a note.
We can make that happen.
Okay, great. So we have now activated all of ours. That passes to the heroes for their first activation. Again, they go in this order, and actually the paladin needs to slot in there, because he activates after the priest, but before the wizard.
Oh, so he's going to go right now.
He's going to go right now.
We killed the priest, right? Yeah, so there's less priests to go.
That's right.
Very cool.
He walks up and just starts slamming us.
It's going to be slam jam time. That's right. Okay.
See you, Revenant.
Okie dokie. So, well, fortunately, the Revenant's like the perfect thing to go be near that paladin. I'm actually very glad about that because it's one of the few things he can't kill, like immediately.
Okay.
At any rate, here we go. We start with the one priest who remains, our Miniac.co awesome 32mm version of the witch, this excellent figure that was specially designed and crafted by Scott, and both are available at 32 and 75mm. This is part of a full range of 3 different miniatures, actually, in this dark forest unseelie fey line. It's great. Check it out. Okay, here we go. What does this priest do? 7.
It blesses.
No, it does not, thankfully. Healing Pulse. The priest and all heroes within 12 inches.
Stop it.
Which is going to be a lot.
Please not this guy.
Is it that guy?
Ooh.
It is that guy.
Oh no, dude. All my hard work.
Yep. and that guy. All heal a d6.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we'll start back here with the Wounded Wizard. Fine.
Awesome, Vince.
Full.
Awesome. I'm glad you're on my side.
Go for this wizard, or that warrior, sorry. 3.
Okay, less devastating.
All right. So he goes down to 2 damage on. Then the very wounded warrior out there, 4.
It's painful.
Guy's a bit of a project.
Okay. All right. So that's the priest action. We don't have another priest, so that means we now activate the paladin.
All right.
That particular AI action does not have the priest moving at all, so he's happy where he is. All right, the paladin.
Roll 1.
Boy, that would be great. I would love it if the paladin walks out and just rolls a 1. That would be a great day. Nope, he rolls a 10.
Oh no!
It's
Paladin
the
just says,
opposite.
"Look upon me in despair, evildoers."
All right.
We're making so much sound. He is so upset.
Okay, banishment. The paladin will attack the nearest enemy. If there is no enemy within range, it will move up to 5 inches and then make an attack against the nearest enemy it can see. If an enemy is damaged by this attack and that enemy has 5 or less durability remaining, it is destroyed. Okay, so the paladin has a range of 12 inches. The closest enemy it can see is going to be this wraith right here, which is unfortunate. I would have rathered it been the Revenant, honestly, but or not, because I guess he can insta-give my Revenant, which is not great.
Okay.
The Paladin is a rating 2 Paladin, so he has an offense base of 5 plus 1 per level, so 7 total. And by the way, if you use just for future reference, if you use a necromantic power against the Paladin, you have to reroll all successful power dice. And he's immune to the weakened and curse conditioned and automatically heals 1 durability every time he activates.
Okay.
So
what's his defense score?
His defense is average. He's only defense 5.
Okay, so we just gotta beat this guy down.
We got to beat him to death. Yes,
Okay.
the way you kill a paladin is you beat him to death.
Okay.
Standard stabbings and other things like that, yes. Okay.
Things that kill humans generally.
Things that kill humans generally, that's right. All right, so here we go. We're rolling against your Wraith. What is your Wraith's defense?
My Wraith's defense is 4.
4, okay, so we got 7 dice looking for...
7 dice, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a shooter. Looking for 4s. Okie dokie. That is a no, and that is a no, and the rest are yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 damage.
Okay, so I'm not dead yet.
But remember, this is the banishment power. So after your damage, do you have 5 or less durability remaining?
I have 2.
Bye.
You're killing my models? What's going on here? Okay. Not my Void Spirit, Minnie! Okay. He just got totally plastered with holy light.
He is banished into the spirit realm. Okay.
Cornflake Justice has a question here. He asks, is every game this eventful? Blessing turn 1, a paladin hero in the land. Oh my. Yeah, how many like I don't know if it's like a PvE event goes on in all your scenarios. Do you have something like this in every single one?
So there's lots of, every terrain can have optional features, right?
Okay.
Right? So some will generate new mobs, some will cause different interactions. Like there are multiple optional features for every thing. So like the forest could have been a cursed forest. It could be full of beasts. And there's all sorts, it can be a fey forest. So there's like all sorts of different things for each type of terrain: woods, ruins, buildings, swamps, shrines. All that stuff can have like multiple optional rules that will generate interesting stuff like this. I'd say it's pretty average play. It's like, yeah, pretty normal.
Wonderful. All right. So the guy walks out, fucking blasts my dude.
Yes. So like, it's very upset.
Casual, very casual about it.
Super cash, just explodes your guy.
Hey, check out the smite, yo.
Yeah, and you die.
And now we still have more of them to activate.
Wonderful.
Okay,
Awesome.
the wizards. All right.
4. And now both wizards are gonna go.
Now both wizards are going to go, yes.
Excellent.
Okay, so here we go. Sadly, we were going to get ahead of them on activations, and then I woke up the paladin. I did not realize the home of this retired adventurer was this. Yeah. I would have been more careful.
Oh, it's the wizard. Okay.
So we'll start with Feather Wizard back here. The one scoring off against my Revenant. A 4, which is Fiery Bolts, which is 3 enemies it can see. Right now, it can only see 2. So he's going to move forward. Like that. And then the 3 he can see will become my second bait, bait 2, my Necromancer, and Revenant. And he'll make some attacks. That's just he'll fire off his Fiery Bolts. Okay, so here we go. The Wizard is not blessed right now. Thank God the Priest didn't roll that again, I suppose. He just healed everybody, which I don't know which one's worse, but that is what it is. At least we killed one of the Priests. Priests are like high-value targets to murder right away.
Yeah.
Okay, so offense for the Wizard is 4. So it's going to be my Revenant, my Necromancer, and my Bait 2 Skeleton. So here we go. And both my Necromancer and the Skeleton will have cover because of the woods. So here we go.
Wonderful.
Against the Revenant. Looking for the Revenant is defense 3. Not great. So 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4 because of the crit. He's back to messed up again. My Necromancer. That's too much. 9, 10. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and Dark Shield that one.
Okay.
And just slowly draining my power. And then Bait 2. Bait 2's defense, that's my regular skeleton. His defense is 6 right now because of the woods. It's a cocked dice. Oh, good. 2 crits and a 6. Okay. So just a crack shot this guy through the woods.
Dude.
So 5 damage, but it becomes 4 because of nothing but bones.
Could forest fires happen?
No, I don't have any forest fire rules, but that would be fun.
Have you considered adding forest fire mechanics?
I have not.
Okay.
Okay. So that's Wizard 1. Let's see what Wizard 2 does.
I'd rather not.
Wizard 2 is going to Fireball,
Oh, wonderful.
which is going to be... Actually, this is probably a best case outcome,
Okay.
I think. Let me see, because I think your Necromancer is the closest right now.
Oh, and can I use Reflecting Blast on this?
You could.
Ooh, okay.
10, yeah, good. Your Necromancer is closer than my Wizard, or my Revenant, sorry, which is great. So you're going to be the target of the Fireball. It hits you and everybody within 3 inches of you.
Which may include that dude.
It certainly does.
Heck yes.
I don't think it includes the one behind you.
It probably doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just beyond 3 inches. Okay, but hey, all right, we'll take it. And then, so yes, you can, assuming you've still got the necromantic juice, you can always do your big blast, which I think is 4, or your reflecting blast. Which I think
Cost
is
4, and I have 4, luckily.
Okay. All models within 3 inches of the target other than the wizard suffer half the damage dealt. So the wizard has 4 offense dice. Here we go. Rolling against your, I think this goes against your resists. Yes, your resist. What is your resist?
On my
your
necromancer, it is 4.
Okay. Here we go. Well, shapoopy.
Not super great.
I would not use your big power.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it.
In fact, it's not even worth using any power. You take 1 damage, the same you'd used if you used your other thing.
All right, so I lose 1 of my necromantic energy down to 3.
And sadly, well, it is rounding up for the half damage, so he'll take half of 1, which is 1.
Hey!
because it rounds up. So he goes back to 3. He got cooked just a little. His eyebrows got singed off.
Yeah.
Kind of not really a big fireball there on that
Have
one.
you ever done that? Have you ever gotten your face hairs singed from fire?
Yeah, sure.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, I was asking that question because that just seems ridiculous. But one time I was looking at a candle and I was so entranced by it, and I got so close to it that I literally burned my eyelid hairs.
Oh wow. No, I started a gas oven, and it tick tick tick, it tick tick tick, it tick tick.
Far more reasonable.
Yes.
Than getting too close
Because
to
I
a
kept
candle.
leaning closer to try to what's going on with this starter? Not only do I get close to the toxic gas, but also closer to the inevitable explosion.
Inflammatory stuff.
Yeah. All right, so that concludes the hero's first activation. All right, let's go to us. We've got some problems we got to deal with.
deal with some stuff.
Yeah.
Trouble in Undead Paradise. All right, that guy's alone now against Mr. Wizard. Your Revenant.
He'll be okay against he can't tank both of those things, but he can handle a little bit of the action here.
Okay. What did I use? Oh, I walked up and did a
You did your draining wave, yes.
Dang, man, if I didn't lose that one necromantic energy, I could walk up here and just do it again, you know?
Oh, are you one shy right now?
Yeah, I'm 1 shy right now. I do
Ouch.
have the restore energy, but then I can't then also move, or then I can't then do draining wave, right?
It might be worth it for you to move over to that wounded warrior, kind of pull back a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
And just negative black, you just scoot slightly toward him because you need to be within 3 inches to absorb the necromantic energy when someone dies. That's the range. When you kill something, absorbing the necromantic energy, you have to be within 3 inches of the target.
He is within 3 inches.
Oh,
This one I
he
am.
took that's the
no,
wounded
the
guy, right?
back one, the more wounded.
Oh, okay,
More
they're
wounded,
both
right?
wounded guy.
So maybe just scoot a little bit and use your negative bolt. That only costs 3, but it's a big hitter and it will probably finish that guy.
Okay.
And that, and then you'll get some juice. You'll basically refund it because if you kill somebody with negative bolt, you get 3 necromantic energy, and you can get the 2 off of actually killing him from absorbing him. So that'll put you back at 5. So then on the next activation, you'll be in a position where you can actually do your draining wave.
Okay. And then do you get a certain amount of energy depending on how they die?
No, it's just if you destroy a model and you're within 3 inches,
Okay.
you get an amount of energy equal to their rating.
Okay, wonderful. All right, I will do as you say. I think it's a good plan. I'll back up a little bit, move a 6, and
Just not in the woods.
not in the woods. And I will blast this warrior here with negative bolt. It costs 3.
It costs 3
That's all my power.
for now, but hopefully we turn this around.
Hopefully, yes.
4d10 power dice.
4d10 power dice, looking higher than its resist of 5. Right.
That is correct. Yep.
Okay.
And you want to get 3 successes here because that gives you maximum damage. But at least 1 will get you a d10 damage.
Okay. Would it be wiser of me to go with my mob that weakens this guy first, or that doesn't
No, it just
affect
doesn't affect
resist?
resist,
Okay, yeah. All right, here we go. All right, I did it.
There you go.
I
Look at
got
that.
4
4 successes. Okay.
plus a crit.
So d10 plus a d6 damage to this guy.
D10 plus what's the D10 damage for? The crit?
The d10 is base, and then the d6 is the kicker for if you get at least 3 successes.
Okay. Boom.
Very dead. You
Very dead.
super ice this warrior.
12 damage. He's got 11. He only has 5 remaining. Exploded.
Exactly.
He's just so much negative energy. He's so sad. He's so down in the dumps.
Now, at any rate, negative bolt itself refunds 3 necromantic energy when you kill someone with it, and you killed a hero and you were within 3 inches, so you get 2 more. So you have 5 total.
That's a nice little benefit of negative bolt. Okay.
Yes.
Last hitting with the proper ability.
Yay!
That's called sequencing, baby. Okay, so that clears up one of our challenges and makes it so you have enough power to do your draining wave next time.
It is, yes. And I think maybe a good play right now would be to attack this fellow at range.
We need to bring that warrior down because otherwise he's coming straight for your necromancer.
What if I slow him?
That's good.
Is that
That's
going
a
to
good
do
thing.
anything?
Yeah, probably, because then his move would be 4 and he can't get to you.
Okay, wonderful.
Like,
And then
if his
my
move
range-
is 6, he's on you and punching you in the face. If his move is 4, he can't hit you. So
okay.
yes, slowing absolutely makes the world of difference here.
Okay. Well, I will go with my shadow, who I've now named Diddy. And
Sure.
yeah, the whole
Not
squad.
after the rapper.
No,
No.
definitely not. That's
It is after the coolest dude in Robo Wars.
absolutely the whole squad's called Bam now. Okay, so he's gonna
right.
walk up within 10. I got the movement to do that. I got to move him 9. 'Cause I'm crazy. Does he get cover bonuses?
From the swamp?
Yes.
Yes, I believe swamp has the cover keyword. Let me make absolutely sure.
Okay. Does anyone in the chat seen the movie Robo War? Just out of
Anybody at all?
curiosity.
Robo Wars.
These
No,
fools-
swamps do not. I'm sorry, swamps don't have the cover keyword. You're good. He doesn't have cover.
Whoa, so you can write a message and it appears in all the chats?
Yeah,
That's really cool.
It's cool.
I have the power.
Superpower.
Okay.
I can also reply in specific chats.
I totally didn't listen to anything.
These fools are obsessed with the 1988 film Robo War. Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
Deeply
no, Don
obsessed.
Haney knows about Robo Wars. Yes. Okay. that's
Amazing.
Don
awesome.
Haney's seen Robo Wars.
It's incredible.
Okay, I totally did not listen to anything you just said. Swamp.
No cover.
No cover. Okay.
You're good. So you're
Awesome.
targeting normally.
Okay. So with Diddy, he is going to use Black Bolt, which is this thing all the time. 5 dice.
Yes.
Against resist.
Defense.
This is the defense. Okay. So 6.
5.
5. So he's fine.
Robot Jocks is another one, and I have seen that movie.
Oh, everybody loves the robot jocks. Absolutely.
All right, here we go. We're looking for 5.
From the makers of Robot Wars, but that is not Robo Wars. 2 different movies. Okay, you're aiming at defense 5.
All right, we got 1, we got 2, we got 3.
One of them's a crit.
4 damage.
Very
and
nice.
slowed.
That's right, 4 damage and slowed.
And that is because my shade has an ability
that?
called Black Bolt. Whenever it damages a wounded target, which this warrior is, it also slows it.
Exactly, so that's good. That keeps him out of the fight this round, which we need. Because you're low on, we don't, like if he gets up to you and manages to steal some of your energy through hits, then you can't do your wave and all of our plans fall to ruin.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was 2 rating worth of undead you activated.
That
and your
was.
Necro, so you still have 2 more rating to activate.
Should I try to deal with this paladin at all?
Do you have another, you summon another Spectre, right?
I don't
or you
think
have
you
another
can
Spectre?
deal with him. He doesn't negotiate. He's a paladin.
He doesn't negotiate.
You have one more shooty Spectre, right?
I do have one more shooty specter, yes.
I say shoot him again.
All right. Shoot the same guy.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Okay.
just pile on.
All right. My shooty other person, this is them. They have a 9-inch move and fly, so I can fly over these guys no problem within 9 inches.
Normally, you can't move through enemy fig or through friendly or enemy figs. You have to walk around people, like because they're physical things in the way. But for you, not a problem because you're ethereal. You're all ghosts.
Perfect. All right, and we'll do the same thing. 5d10s, looking for 5 or higher. Can I stack slow?
You cannot, but slow is just slowed. You can't have the same condition more than once.
5 damage.
Hey, we'll take it. That's great.
Yeah, we are pooping on this guy. All right. All
It
right.
goes to 10. Good. Okay, that's awesome. We got that guy now messed up. So even if another heal or something does fire off, it's okay. So they can't get him back to like completely restored.
Okay, and now's my go.
All right, over to me for my second activation. Can I clean this guy up somehow? All right, I don't have a ton of necromantic energy left.
Always popular Diddy making a fool of himself in the public eye right now.
Okay, yes, he is. Yes.
Beyond fool.
Okay.
Like criminal allegations.
Okay.
All right.
Heywo says he's more of a robot jocks man himself. I haven't seen that one.
Robot Jocks is fun.
Okay.
By fun, I mean exactly like the movie we watched last night.
Oh yeah, that is so much
Yeah, but with
fun.
giant robots.
Okay.
But with giant robots
I'm
instead,
adding
yes.
that to my watch list right now.
100% you should, yes.
Robot. It is JOX.
JOX,
Correct, yeah.
yes.
Made in 1989.
Oh. Oh man. Oh man. There's some Stuart Gordon. Didn't he do?
Yes.
Oh yes,
did exactly what you think he did.
Reanimator, dude. And From Beyond. Oh.
Yes.
And Dagon. Okay, yeah.
I mean, obviously-
Yes.
Robot
Obviously,
Jocks has the
Reanimator
makings
and-
of actually being a truly incredible film, and instead it's a truly incredible film.
Yeah. That's
if
right.
you understand what I mean.
Asterisk.
Yeah.
And like it's Stuart Gordon's like a really interesting filmmaker, like
Yeah.
I think, like who
Yeah.
really wanted to do amazing things, and then they gave him $10 to shoot the movie.
Yeah.
As they do all
Can
horror
you
directors.
make a
Yeah.
movie that's basically an episode of Power Rangers? But like
With
Stuart
cardboard
Gordon?
armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
My
It's
regular-
fucking awesome.
Skeleton is going to move up there. That seems fine. That's bait too. Okay. Then my vampire spawn, who is pretty fast, but we need to get actually moving. Where does the vampire? The vampire spawn's going to risk it for the biscuit. It needs to get over here and like help.
Right.
We got to send some help to the revenant. So the vampire spawn is going to move over here into the woods.
Please go deal with apparently Uther Pendragon.
Apparently. So we got to see if my vampire spawn gets fascinated by the Fae folk.
No.
Nope. All right. Okay. Good. Get out of the woods. Okay. So he's going to jump over. We're going to try to just really jump this wizard like crazy next time.
Okay.
We'll deal with the paladin in a second. I want to basically try to kill this wizard, and then we'll turn on the paladin. He'll just keep destroying people in single hits. That's fine.
Right. Got to focus damage, right?
Yeah, actually, and to that end. There you go. I can sacrifice the spawn. I can't sacrifice the revenant.
Andrew McConnell asks what we're doing. We're playing a skirmish war game made by Snarling Badger Studios called Death Wizards. And that would be Vince and also Uncle Adam, both awesome YouTubers. Showing off their new game that came out, what, like 4 days ago?
Yeah, last Friday.
Last Friday. More than 4 weeks. A little bit more.
6 days ago.
6 days.
Yeah, there you go. I'm going to move around to here so I can bring him. Perfect. Within range. And sadly, I'm not going to be able to kill that wounded warrior, but it's okay. He's not going to do anything when he activates. We're going to use 3 energy to stitch together my people again, because I got to stop this damage train. So my wounded skeleton right there heals D6. Hey. He's back, baby. Bait 2 is ready to go. And then my wounded revenant over there. 5.
Pretty good.
Boom.
Can't you like blow your own guys up or
I
whatever?
can. I just need to get him close enough to where like and there for a turn. I'm trying to get him in a position.
You explained this whole amazing strategy, and then we're not seeing it.
It was a good strategy until the priest showed up and was like, boom, and just,
Deal with me.
yeah, and just dropped the thunder on bait. Bait 1 was supposed to be better bait for some of the warriors.
I just want to see Bait 2 run up to that paladin and explode on him.
Well, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Okay, so that's
You know what
my
I'm
turn. I have completed all of my activations. I believe you've done yours. For a second thing, that brings us to the hero's next activation.
2 warriors, right?
2 warriors, yes, that's all they have for their second activation. Okay, so first one. We'll start with you generally activate in order of proximity, like closest to, but it doesn't really matter a super amount. So here, 7, which is Whirlwind Strike, but he's not close enough. So instead, he's just going to, I moved here intentionally to try to get him caught in the swamp again, by the way.
Nice.
So he'll walk out of the swamp.
He's also slowed.
He is, so he's gonna go 4 inches to there, get in the swamp again after that move, and lose all of his movement.
Nice, because he has a move of 6?
Move of 4. He moves 6 base, 4 because of slowed, and we just sapped the other 4 off through the swamp.
Oh, so he had 2 moves to do.
Exactly, because he was going to try to double move to my skeleton, but instead we just get him caught up in the swamp.
Idiot.
Bait 2 doing his job. Good job, Bait 2. Okay, you might say Bait he's really a master of this sort of thing. Okay.
Oh, what? Yeah. Well, is he now?
Absolutely. And then
Made of bones, maybe?
that's just absolutely. And then this warrior over here, what's he gonna do?
See you, Don Haney.
This warrior again is in defensive stance.
Yes! He's
think-
really concerned, you know?
I think he's this wizard's protector.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or he's terrified.
Or he's in love with this wizard.
Oh,
and he's trying to prove his his
devoted.
undying devotion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows what story we're telling stories here. It's an emergent narrative. Okay.
Emerging narrative.
Then you still have 1 more activation because you have the extra person.
I do. I have a Spectre who I've named Peel. And Spectre, wait.
Yeah, your Spectre. Correct.
A Wraith. No, my Shadow.
Your Shadow, sorry. Yes.
Yes,
This
sure.
person hasn't gone yet.
Yes. Okay. They have a move 9. Do I get up?
Can they go get that warrior? If you can
I
go pick
deal?
him up, I mean, I don't know if
I
you,
definitely can. Well, 10-inch threat range.
Yeah, you got a 10-inch
is
threat
melee,
range.
So yeah, I can get in there.
Yeah, go for it then.
All right.
So let's try to clean it up.
Don't want to walk onto the swamp.
The swamp,
necessarily.
no. Well, you can go on the swamp. Remember, you're a ghost.
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Doesn't hurt you.
Okay.
Like, if you're in a mission and you're the spirit caller, it's actually advantageous to just like float a bunch of your ghosts in the middle of the swamp and like watch people sink in the swamp trying to get you. We call that the classic will-o-wisp tactic.
Creating your own haunted bog.
Exactly.
Okay. This
Yeah,
Shadow.
the Necromancer is a YouTuber. Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make a haunted bog.
Exactly. We're going to start by setting up some of our undead right in the middle where everybody can see them and they're going to want to come kill them. Unfortunately, the swamp is deep and thick and real boggy.
I have an offense of 5.
Okay.
I have a weakened on crit, which may not matter. They have a defense rating of 5.
They do indeed. Warriors have a defense of 5. So you got
right?
5 dice looking for 5s. That's right.
Wonderful.
Big rolls. Hey, that's pretty good.
Not
That's pretty
bad.
great, actually.
That's 5 damage, right? A
1,
crit.
2, 3, 4, 5. He only has 4 health left. Homie. We got him.
Swing, dead.
Shadow in the final activation picks it up. Was your necromancer within 3 inches?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't think anybody was. Sadly, I think both of our necromancers, are out of range. So that juice just gets wasted. It's just wasted juice.
The energy was lost.
That's all right. It's still a dead hero, which isn't a bad thing.
See you, Andrew.
Okay. That your necromancer technically has an activation as well, though I'm not sure there's anything you really want to do, but you might use it to move to reposition yourself for next round.
I could just walk up and hit that paladin. Or maybe I can't. I'm not within 6.
Yeah, it's probably,
Yeah.
you might be too far away.
And I have to walk through this scary forest. Yeah, I think I'm just out and I'm at the risk getting enchanted. So maybe I don't do that. Maybe I set up for walking into that group of 3.
Yeah, I think move a little closer. Like, now that we've got some of the warriors cleared, we're going to need to get up in the business of these because the wizards and priests aren't going to want to come toward us necessarily. So, like, we're going to have to go get them.
And we know that we activate first in
Next
turn
round.
3. Okay, wonderful. Round 3. Do you call it turns or rounds?
Turn.
Turn 3. Okay.
All right, that is the official end. That brings us to turn 3. Do we have a graphic for that?
We
Yeah.
do, and it's suitably bright in flashbang.
Wow. Turn 3.
Sorry to all the European people who are in dark rooms right now. Okay, welcome to turn 3. We are playing a game called Death Wizards. If you're new here, it's a game made by Snarling Badger Studios by Vince here and also Uncle Adam, both awesome YouTubers. If you want to find a link to this awesome game of necromantic skirmishing, you can find it in the chat right now on YouTube or Twitch, and also in the description of at least my YouTube video. Check it out. It's a wonderful game. We're playing a co-op mission right now, but it also can be played versus and also solo, PvE. A lot of ways to enjoy it. Okay.
Rock on. So, beginning of the turn, we have first activation. I am down what did I lose? I lost one of my skeletons. He's down. I got bait 1 is down, but bait 2 is still strong.
Still baiting.
Still baiting. I've got a couple people in line to gank this wizard, which I think is what I want to do very fast. Like, getting this one wizard off the board would be good. Start a turn, we gain 3 necromantic energy.
Heck yeah, I could summon another dude if I wanted to.
You could. Yeah, you see, like, that power is very strong, but you see how expensive it is now
very
versus
expensive,
like
yeah.
what you're wanting to do each round.
Yeah.
So, but even one added minion, as you've seen, can really add a lot to the
Yeah,
$3
absolutely.
game.
If I can summon another wraith, that's amazing. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Okay. Why don't I go first and try to mess up this wizard? How's that sound?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Slash.
All right. So what I think I want to do here is the wizard's going to get a bonus against the first offense attack made against it this round, which is a problem.
JCVS, you missed a lot. We killed some mobs, but some of our own guys also died as well. We awoke a retired adventurer in this middle building and summoned forth an uber paladin who walked out and just bitch slapped my wraith with holy fire.
Just a real kick in the pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Okay, so my wizard's going to scoot up to here, my necromancer, and I'm going to atrophic blast this wizard, this priest, and this warrior. Okay? That'll let me get some soft damage on all of them, but then also it has the potential upside of weakening some of them for later attacks.
Okay. Good
Now,
setup.
and the important part is the wizard won't get his magical shielding against my atrophic blast. Okay, but the wizard does have a resist of 8, which is so high. All right, let's go. Here we go. I'm not attacking the paladin notably with the power because even though he's in range, it'd be worthless to throw these dice at him. He's just too straight. He's just too resistant to this crap.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Against the wizard, looking for 8s. We got 1. Hey, I'll take 1. That's fine. 1 is fine. 1 is okay. So that's a D3 damage on the wizard. Hey, oh, sorry. It was a 6. There you go. 3 damage. I will learn to roll the little
We'll
one
believe you for now.
in there. Okay, then we've got against the priest. And
The AI
priest,
is complaining to a tournament organizer.
yes. The priest has a resist of 6, so better. But the priest is also immune to weakened and cursed, sadly. But that's okay. We can still get some good damage here. So resist of 6. Target number 6. Hey, there you go. Okay, 3 successes. We'll take that.
Nice,
I
the
can do
number of
that.
the beast.
So then 3d3. 3, 4, 5 damage. Okay, that's good. Softening up that priest. Now hopefully he doesn't heal when he goes, but that's okay. And then against the warrior is resist 5. So easiest target to atrophy, and I roll the worst roll I did. Okay. 1 success. 3 damage. Okay, cool. Hey, we'll take it.
Look at where all your protecting has got you now.
Exactly.
You're just
Look,
taking damage.
just softening them up. Softening them up. Okay. Now I'm gonna go with the vampire. Who do I want to attack first? Yeah, we're gonna attack with the vampire spawn first, and let him get the wizard's gonna get his bonus against my vampire spawn.
Okay.
Okay, the vampire spawn is offense 5. The wizard will be defense 8 against this because of his magical shield, just the first attack.
Is this a rating 3-4 minion?
This is a rating 2 wizard. Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
The vampire spawn's a rating 1 minion.
Oh, okay. So you get to go with more than just this person.
Correct. I'll get the vampire spawn, the revenant, and then bait, basically.
Nice. Okay.
So here we go. Okay. So looking for, hey now, there we go.
Heck yeah, 2 hits.
That was a 9 and a 10, so we'll take it. So a crit and a normal one for 3 more damage. Okay. There you go. Hey, way to go, vampire spawn. Sadly, only 1 crit. Only 1 crit, so no healing. That's all right. And then the revenant. Revenants are good hero killers. Revenant's base offense is 6, but he gets, when he attacks a hero, his offense increases by 1, and he gets to reroll 1 die from the attack because of his hatred.
So a 7. One
That
reroll.
is right. 6, 7. All right, and now that the wizard has been, his shield broken, let's see what we can do here. Now we're down to defense 5. Let's lift this guy off the table. Here we go. Okay, nope, not on that roll.
3?
3, yeah. 3.
You get
but
one reroll.
I do get 1 reroll, that's right, so we're just gonna reroll the 1. Okay. Hey, into a success. So we get 4 damage total. The wizard has 10 hit points. Look at that. He was at 6. He has 10 durability. He's at 6. The reroll got me 4 damage.
Perfect. Okay.
Got him on the screws. There you go.
Someone said, I already love the sound of this game, watching from the start of the stream. That's awesome, Field Appeal. Glad to hear that.
All right, so the wizard dies. Hey, that's good stuff. And then Bait is just going to keep living that Bait lifestyle.
We got to get 1 corpse explosion in here.
I'm working on it. We're working on it. Actually, you know what? Bait's just going to get real aggressive.
Yeah, be aggressive.
There you go. Bait's going all the way. He's going in.
He's got 1 mission.
Now all he's got to do is live to the next activation. Can he do it?
We will find out.
Okay, so the atrophic blast cost me 4, so I'm down to 3.
Okay.
All right, your activations.
So I will say moving Bait in there makes it a little challenging to do Draining Wave on the 3. But that's okay. What I can spend my energy on is resummoning a Wraith. Which I think is super nice.
You could also just hit bait. He's bait. He's baiting you.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. Well, we want to see the bone explosion, though, or the corpse explosion.
Yes, and it is based on their current durability. So if you mess him up, I'll get less damage out of him.
We won't do that then. So it costs 3 times the rating, and I might not be able to afford this actually because the Wraith is rating. Oh no, it is. Okay, nice. It's 3.
Yes.
Oh, I can't afford it. Shoot, I need 9. Okay, so I'm 1 shy of summoning another Wraith. So do I want to save for that so I can do it next turn? Probably not going to be worth it. I could just walk up and hit the paladin. I can start working on the paladin.
You could start getting. You could go mix it up.
And they're immune to the effects of weakness, right?
That is correct. The paladin cannot be weakened.
Okay. And when I attack with the Spectre using Black Bolt, am I attacking their resistance or their defense?
With the shooters?
Yeah.
Their defense.
Okay. Maybe I just, throw some balefire at them.
I think that's the right
range?
answer. I think bring them 2 shooters up, them 2 specters up, and have them start tossing. Like again, just throwing the heat at them. You don't even need to really move them that much.
Not really. Yeah, this other one's kind of in range already. Am I concerned at all about drawing line of sight through the forest?
Drew is going through the forest, so he will have cover to you, so he'll get +1 to his defense.
Can I?
If you get over it, yeah, sure. You've got the movement.
Oh, yeah.
If you get to a place where it's not on the line, you're good.
Can I draw line of sight through my own models?
Yes. Your own models do not block line of sight.
All right, we'll go right there, a little conga line, and we will throw some black bolts at this guy.
Absolutely.
Oh, I moved both at the same time. You're not supposed to do that, right?
Yeah, technically, but it's okay. You knew what you were doing.
All right, we are doing the Spectres. They have an offensive score of 5. I'm working against a resistance of...
A defense.
Defense of?
5.
5. Wonderful. Okay, we can do that. A crit. I got 4, so 5
really good.
total damage. I know.
Okay.
We're getting lucky here.
There you go.
Do we know what the total health of this?
Yes, the paladin has 18 health.
Awesome.
He's he's stacked.
He's a beef eater.
He is. Indeed.
He's a beef eater.
Yeah.
How old is Bait? Asked Carl Stett.
How old is Bait? I don't know, probably a couple 100 years old, I suspect.
Okay.
Seems like he's been in the ground a while.
Yeah.
The dustiest,
And he definitely
moldiest
died
skeleton.
looks like middle-aged, sort of as a probably middle-aged male, I would guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not Zoe Deschanel or Emily Deschanel or whichever one was on the show, so I don't know.
Oh, Bones? That was Zoe.
Okay.
What show?
Bones.
Bones.
Oh, okay.
Show
The
Bones.
hit show on Fox.
Okay.
Like 20 years ago.
Jeez. You guys just watch the same
With
TV
David
shows?
Borealis, with Angel. Angel was on that show.
Yeah.
Angel.
David Borealis. Borealis.
You know, in
From
fairness,
Buffy the
when
Vampire
Buffy
Slayer?
was on, Scott was like 4.
That's a good point.
I was a fetus, actually.
Yes, as always.
For some of it. It was on while you were on this earth.
Started in 1990, from 1997 to 2003.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I wasn't a fetus for that, but
No, you were
dear.
5 to 11
close enough. Yeah.
for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. All right, at any rate,
Kill me.
yes, going after that paladin.
Yes, the second Spectre swings away. That last one is cocked. The dreaded 5 damage again.
My God, those specters are worth their weight in gold.
They're doing it right now.
They are getting it done. My poor skeleton archers are going to get some performance anxiety here.
All right, and I think then we get to also go with the Necromancer. We just walk up and we swing.
Yeah, just get into it. You're an offensive necromancer.
I want him to hit me so that I can reflecting
Yes,
blast his
absolutely.
ass.
This guy hits so hard.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. You, me, buddy.
Getting him to attack you is actually a great play for you.
You and me, Victorian Greyjoy. Okay. We need 6 dice because of an offense rating of 6 against his defense of 5, right? Just 5?
5.
Okay, cool. Looking for 5s or higher.
Look at that. 2 crits.
2 crits and 2 successes otherwise. So 6 damage.
6 damage.
Dude, this guy's getting taken down. 2 more HP remaining.
Okay. He could very well kill himself on his activation.
That would be so glorious.
If you reflecting blast kill him with his own strike. That is actually
For him to
the
roll like a
decently
self
likely outcome here. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And then that's your activation. I've went heroes. Okay. Priest activates first, so let's see what the priest does. Watch the priest heal and heal the paladin.
Yeah.
And then the paladin heals himself too.
Just no damage.
So when the priest activates, the priest automatically heals 1. So the priest goes down to 4 from 5 damage on. Not that big a deal, but some healing. And so and then we roll. Let's see what the priest does. 3. Cleansing strike. Okay, it's his attack. That's a good thing. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. The closest enemy it can see.
Oh no, bait!
It's bait.
About to get
Bait
cleansed,
too.
brother.
All right. So let's see.
Kind of doing his job, so.
He's doing his job, yeah, exactly. That's why Bait is here. That's why we hired him. Okay. Seeking a minion who does not mind getting repeatedly punched in the face. All right, so the priest's offense is 6. You guys are actually pretty scary in melee. 6. And he, if he crits on necromantic minions, he deals 1 additional damage. His crits are worth 3. So let's hope he doesn't crit. My regular skeleton has a defense of 5, so Bait has a defense of 5. So 6 dice, looking at 4 5s. All right, there we go. That's okay. That's okay. Bait can hang with that. 2 damage. Pfft, nothing. Nothing. Let's go. Okay. Bait takes 2. No big deal.
Bait takes 2.
All right. So that's the priest activated. Then the paladin activates next, who also heals 1. They both have... They're both holy characters.
Okay.
So heals 1 when he activates. And then let's see what the paladin does. Hopefully punches you in the face with whatever the hardest thing is. Nope. Nope.
This guy's just going to sit there and do nothing.
The paladin makes no moves until it activates next. Increase the paladin's defense and resist by 1. He just shield a face as you come near him, robbing us of our plan.
Oh my gosh, he knew. He knew what was happening.
He's on to your tricks. You thought you were going to get him. Nay.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Okay, so his defense and resist are both up by 1. All right. So that was 2 heroes. Then the next 2 heroes will be the wizard and then the warrior. Because there's only 4 heroes left on the board, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've done a good job. Okay, so basically they're all going to activate out here. So the wizard, no, he has an enemy within 6 inches. Oh, no, that should have been, he didn't, that's at the start of the turn. Never mind, he was good. Technically, that other wizard should have teleported somewhere, but that's okay. We would have just chased him and killed him. It wouldn't have changed the game at all. He doesn't go far enough away that both my guys couldn't have got him, so.
Okay.
Let's see, so this wizard, what's he gonna do? He has an enemy right next to him, but we'll see what happens. 10!
Oh no.
Dispel magic. Now, that's actually probably a good outcome. The wizard and all heroes within 12 inches remove all conditions currently affecting them. The problem here is all necromancers within 12 inches lose 3 necromantic energy.
Oh, I'm definitely within 12.
Yes, you are.
12? How much energy?
3 necromantic energy.
3?
I am just outside of range.
My precious energy! Okay.
Fortunately, we didn't manage to land any conditions on them, so I tried. They would have cleared them, but my early failure makes it so he's not as effective as he could be.
That's right. You outwitted him, Vince.
That's right, exactly.
So the rolling for their abilities is not like scaled in such a way that the higher the roll, the more concerning the outcome is?
It depends. Some very much, yes. Things like the wizard, they just kind of have the wizards and the priests have extremely like varied abilities because they can do different things.
Okay.
Things like the paladin is just like the higher you roll, the worse it is.
Okay.
Like it's damage, more damage, you're dead damage.
Okay. Yeah.
The warriors, it's like damage, AoE damage, really hard single target damage, like that kind of thing. So kind of depends on the individual hero. Okay. And then lastly, the warrior. What's the warrior going to do? Let's find out. 9. Well, you're about to see how this guy fights in melee, as poor Bait is not going to survive this.
No!
Because he rolled his big, as I mentioned, high single target damage thing.
No.
I'm never going to get to blow anybody up.
So sad! Oh no!
All right, so the warrior is going to double strike. The attacks the nearest enemy, making 2 offensive attacks. There is an enemy within an inch, so we're good there. Okay. I cannot move it. Will blah blah blah. Okay, great. So he just makes 2 full offense attacks against Bait. So he is offense 6. This warrior against my defense on my skeleton of 5. So he's going to do this twice.
Oh, wonderful.
Here we go. All right, so the first one, looking for 5s. Not great. That's an okay roll. So a crit and a normal, so 3 damage, but because... he should have only taken 1 from the first one. Sorry, he has nothing but bones. He only took 1 the first time. And then this time he takes 3, but it becomes 2 because of nothing but bones. So he goes to 3 damage. Bait's doing his job, being made of bones. And then the second attack, come on, crappy roll again. Let's go. Okay.
A little bit
Still
better.
okay.
Not
Still okay.
amazing.
I'll take it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 becomes 3, so 6 damage. 1 and 5. Nothing but bones does a lot of work when skeletons get in the middle of the mix. Like sapping 1 damage off everything doesn't sound like a lot, but obviously it does.
Or multiple attacks, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Good stuff.
All right, Fate's still alive, so that's okay. That's good. We can do that. Okay, so that is all the heroes activated. That's back to us.
Okay.
All right. You still have your shadow to activate, right? Or
Yes.
this is your shadow.
That's it?
And that's it, yes.
Shadow my necromancer.
Yep.
Okay.
And I have my skeleton archers.
I'm hoping just to slice and dice this paladin, just to take care of him.
That sounds
Strike
like a
me
good
down,
plan.
and I will become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
You want to bring the shadow over and just try to get at him there?
I don't feel like we need the shadow.
Oh, yeah, just necromancer him.
Yeah, just necromancer him.
Just chop him down.
Can't attack twice though, so I'll attack once.
Yep, he's got 3 health left.
All right, I can do this.
But
I can
remember,
roll.
he is up 1 defense right now because he's in his shielded stance.
On 6s.
So he's on. Yep, he's 6s.
On 6s. Why are you wearing the apron, Vince?
Why wouldn't I? I'm just comfortable.
Okay.
It's nice. I think everybody will be wearing them.
Do you walk around like at night naked in the apron?
When I wake up in the morning, I do my normal morning routine or whatever, and then I literally put on my apron and I keep it on until I generally go upstairs to be with my wife or whatever for evening when we sit together. And then I come back downstairs and put on back the apron to go to work for a few more hours until I go to bed.
Okay. But there's no like sexy Vince calendar edition of you just in the apron?
No.
There were multiple demands in the chat early on for a fireman Vince calendar.
Sure.
12 months of sexy Vince.
We got 1, we got 2, we got 3 successes.
That's what we needed. Your necromancer, and this is a rating 2 paladin. So you get 2 necromantic energy because you were there,
Lovely.
able to claim it. And you claim the retired adventurer paladin's life.
Go to 7. Okay. He is dead. I still have a move. I will just, I guess, move closer to the remaining 3 people. Maybe not so close that I get what I suffer from bone explosion.
It
explosion?
is 3 inches around is its aura when it blows up.
Not too
so.
bad.
Nope.
I think I will run at this remaining priestess.
Yep.
I got a 9-inch flying move. That'll get me right in the paint. I have an ability that weakens on crit, as aforementioned. So I will weaken this.
Well, this is the priest, so remember it's immune to the weakened condition, but still.
Oh, so all holy type characters are immune?
Yep, both paladins and priests.
Okay.
Paladin's gone, so we can get rid of him.
Nice. And now, 5 offensive. What is the defense of the priest?
The priest's defense is 5.
Okay, here we go. Whole lot of 1 crit. So 2 damage.
2 damage. Go from 4 to 6. Nope, that's not a 5. There we go. 6. Okay.
All right. That's my 2 activations.
Okay. For me, I think you're right. I think we just jump that priest real hard. So I've got my vampire spawn. Let's see. Can I get into a... The problem is I need to I'm not going to get another... What do I have as far as activations go still in this turn?
Do you suffer from bone explosion?
Yeah, I just have my
Still for
skeleton
that.
archers. Okay. My necromancer and my skeleton archers. And if I heal... Oh, I know what I'll do. We'll bone explode next round. Okay.
Albino Freaks is he would buy that calendar, by the way.
I appreciate that very much.
You have guaranteed 1 sale.
Vince is really trying to set up the corpse explosion.
I want it so bad.
I want the Mean Girls meme posted here.
Stop trying to
corpse
make that
explosion
happen.
isn't a thing. Stop trying to make that happen.
Yes. They're both just going to move up to there. And that should bring my skeleton archers within range. Yep, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, skeleton archers, let's go. We're both just going to shoot the priest.
All right, time to make something happen.
So the priest's defense is 5.
You shoot into combat, no worries.
Yep, shooting combat, no worries. So here we go, looking for 5s. We got 1.
Blink.
Blink. And
Give me 2. Give me 2. Give me 2.
we got a crit.
2. There we go.
Okay, so 2 damage. So it goes from 7 to 9. There we go. Okay. That's fine. And then with my necromancer, I think we're just going to move and set up for next round. I'm going to sit on my energy for now. So we're just going to move up 6 inches to set up for next round.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Clean.
That's it. That's turn 3.
That enemy wizard really should try blinding light. Works really well on Sky.
Gosh, that's so.
It is.
So round 4.
Turn 4. All right, start of the turn. All of the conditions and end of turn buffs clear. We don't have any of those. We gain back 3 necromantic energy.
Going to 10, baby.
I'm down at 6. I gotta. The problem with playing a sit back necromancer is you're not near people as much when they die.
Yeah.
You're safer, but you don't get as much juice.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. I could corpse explode, but if I do so, I'm only gonna get like 3 dice out of it because he is so damaged.
Valhallelujah subscribed earlier and also wants to know, does this play similarly to Space Station Zero?
I mean, there are always some similarities. So like between the games, it's not the same mechanics. But if what you enjoyed about Space Station Zero was kind of going through and like the narrative of like the ongoing narrative in there and like you know trying to defeat the enemies and do everything to solve the individual scenarios, yes, in that regard, yes. And like the difference is you get to choose your missions much more. Some of the dice mechanics are different. Obviously, you weren't casting spells and stuff in Space Station Zero. It's a little more sci-fi. But if you liked that kind of engaging, story-driven narrative play, very much so.
Awesome. Also, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. I also like the name Valhallelujah.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, you know what? Why wait? Let's just do it.
Let me get out of the way first.
Yeah, you get out of the way.
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
Like you want to attack and then move away.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Although I don't want to steal your thunder here. I don't
No.
want to kill this priestess.
The priest has he's only at 9. He's at 9 on. He's got 7 left.
I'm not going to kill him then.
Yeah. So softening him up is actually probably a good idea.
All right. Then I don't know why I have such a hard time finding the name line. The Shadow is going to swing offense 5 against defense. I haven't.
Sorry. Yeah, this is the priest. Priest is defense 6.
6. Okay. Is it higher in the beginning of the round, or is that only a wizard thing?
Nope. Oh, it's only a wizard then.
Always 6s. I got a crit and I got a 9 and I got 1 6 too. Okay, so that's gonna be 4 damage.
Hey, there you go.
Okay, I'm getting kind of lucky about rolls here.
So we're at 9, so we go to 13.
And I'm gonna dip out of there,
That's
dude.
right.
I don't want to get corpse exploded. I'm gonna run over to this burial mound here.
Yeah, be on the
to
shrine.
Start finishing our ritual here.
That's right.
All right, and then that is 2 rating worth of activation. I will activate a Spectre to do a little range shot. I'll spread the love out.
Yeah. Let's soften them all down. So hopefully we can corpse explode them all to death.
Yes. I'll just give us in range here of 10, and I'll fire some black bolt.
Okay.
All right, we got 5, and I'm against a
Defensive 5.
defensive 5. All right, a crit, a 5, and a 7, and a 5. God damn, 5 damage.
Woof. Okay. Boom. It's good softening.
Okay, and then the wizard can maybe run up and hit the other. Sorry, the necromancer can run up and hit the other wizard. I can't actually move that far though. What should I do?
How much necromantic energy have you got?
I got 10.
You got a lot.
I do. I could summon another wraith.
You could always, well, that warrior has got 8 health, and he's got 16 left. You could always just black bolt or negative bolt that warrior.
That's negative bolt him. This costs 3. And negative bolt returns energy if I kill the person, but
Yeah.
also being near someone when they die also returns energy, right?
That's right.
Okay.
The advantage here is, one, if you spike damage and you just kill him, that's a great day because you'll get energy back. You'll get refunded. If you don't, you'll just soften him up, and then hopefully the corpse explosion will bring him down.
Yes.
So it's win-win.
The thing we've all been waiting for.
The thing we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, baby!
This is going to be the saddest build-up. Just to nothing.
I'm ready for a whole lot of 1s on that
Yeah.
roll.
Okay, remind me what I do for negative bolt. What's the
4d10 is the power dice.
Okay.
And if you get 1 success, it's a d10 damage. If you get 3 successes, at least 3, it adds an additional d6 damage. on
Okay,
top.
and the resist of the warrior is maybe 4, maybe 5.
The resist of the warrior is 5.
All right, 5's across the board. Looking for 5s. I got a crit. I got a 1 5. I got 3 successes.
Yes, you did. So d10 plus d6.
D10 plus D6. Sorry, Mr. Bolton. All right, let's do it. How much damage?
Whoa!
10.
10 damage! damage.
Pick him up.
He got negative bolted.
So you get 3 necromantic energy back.
Hey!
See, that was what I'm saying. No downside there.
Okay. Sorry. I'm stealing some of your glory here.
You're absolutely not. You're absolutely not.
I want to see this corpse explosion more than anyone.
They say nothing good in life is free, but sometimes evil is free.
Hell yeah, dude.
Evil is its own reward. All right, we're good. So what we're gonna do here is this one's gonna instead of exploding Bait, who's very weak, okay, it doesn't have a lot of health left. We're gonna go a little funnier. We're gonna just move the vampire spawn up into the middle. Okay.
Oh,
Wait, can vampire spawns explode too?
Oh yeah, I can blow up anybody that's dead.
Oh my god, this game rules!
So untouched vampire spawn comes up into the middle. It'll double move up.
Heck yeah. Bait 2, you've been superseded, brother.
Yes, I'm actually gonna. Bait 1 is actually gonna fall back because I have the activation. So Bait 1 is just gonna
Bait 1, he's alive again?
Or Bait 2, sorry.
Okay.
Bait 2
get your name
is.
straight
I
here.
apologize. Bait 2 is within an inch. So you know what Bait 2 is gonna do?
He's gonna swing away.
He's gonna just attack that priest. He's not very good at attacking, but he'll just take some shots here. Okay, so that priest has a defense of 5. Bait 2 has an offense of 4. He gets 2 damage on him. That's fine. That's fine. See, we're perfect. Perfect. Whoa, the emergent narrative. There we go. Okay. The priest is still barely alive. And then Bait 2, sorry, who has been tricking you the whole time. He was not the bait at all.
Oh!
He's my special boy. So he'll move out. Then I'll move the vampire spawn over. And now the vampire spawn's right here. I'll make sure it's the only one to make sure your person's not within 3 inches.
It's gonna give the Team America secret signal.
That's right. And then, boom. Okay, so we corpse explode. Now, the way corpse explosion works, it's 5 necromantic energy, so I've spent that. And corpse bomb, I explode undead. They're immediately destroyed. However, I make an offense attack against all creatures within 3 inches, okay? And that attack rolls a number of dice. Each creature within range, roll a number of d10s equal to that minion's remaining durability and compare the results to the defense of all creatures within 3 inches. So basically, the vampire spawn explodes, but it has a durability of 9.
So you're rolling 9 dice.
So I'm rolling 9 dice against both of these people.
Someone said the bait switch. So this is bait, and is that
switch? Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right, so against the priest first.
Big money.
The priest's defense is 5. This can crit, by the way, because this isn't a power. This is particular thing is just damage. So, yep.
That's what we want to see. 6 damage. Yeah, just splatted against the side of the wall.
And then against the wizard.
How much durability on the wizard?
The wizard only has 10, but he is going to get. This isn't often. Or how's this actually say? I think I need to look at my wording here. It's not an offense attack. So he does not get his magical shielding against this. Here we go.
Okay,
Can't shield these explosions.
We need all successes and 1 crit out of you.
Okay. It was not that.
It was not that.
Rolling at 5s. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not a great roll, but that's all right. That's okay. It was still fun. So boom, boom. Let me hear you say hey-oh, hey-oh, and then my vampire spawn dies. Okay. Just lay him down right there so we know where he exploded. Okay, so then I've activated the Necromancer and 1, 2 rating worth of undead. But wait.
The Skelly boys?
The advantage of having lots of low, little crappy boys.
Are they both rating 1?
They're both rating 1.
Can the skeleton archers finish the job?
So the first skeleton archer is aiming at defense 8 because he will shield the first archer.
Yeah.
So here we go.
I'm ready.
None. And now
He just waves the arrow away.
Just no, stop it. And then defense 5. Hey, there you go. The second one gets there. 2 damage, putting us up to 6. Okay.
Over halfway, right? Only 10?
That's right.
Nice.
Okay. The wizard remains. Okay, that's my activation complete. I still have my revenant to go.
Okay.
That's it.
I have, I believe, 1 necromancer and 1 specter.
That's right.
Okay, let's do it. The specter will walk up to a similar place, haunt this bog.
Bog
and then
haunting.
Toss a black bolt. at this wizard who.
I've already absorbed his magical shield for you, so.
Wonderful. Just need 5s, right?
That's right, so you're looking for 5s.
Looking for 5s. All right, we got 3 damage.
Oh, so close.
The sad part is I don't think
You're at 9.
I didn't walk. Oh, I'm just gonna whip this person.
Absolutely, whip him.
All right.
Whip.
Good.
All right. I'm going to spend how many points of energy? Oh, but they have a good resist though, right?
They do. The resist on the wizard is 8.
Okay.
You just need to get that 1 success to pull him over.
So I feel like
If you whip him into the woods, can he get ensorcelled by the woods?
Yes.
Yes.
If you pull people,
does say that,
It does
actually,
actually
yeah.
say that. Yes. If you move, there's several different powers that can push and pull and move people around, and absolutely you want to use that's the fun of using all those because there's lots of different things the terrain can do. If you move them into the terrain, they trigger the terrain.
All right. Whip of Darkness costs 8. I need.
Remind me about that after we're done. I got a story for you, Scott.
Okay.
Okay. I need to get 1 success in order for the pull to happen, and also it's 1d6 damage against a hero.
And 1 health left, so I feel like all you need is that 1 success, and we close it out.
I need 1 8. All right. It is going to be 3d10 power dice. I don't know. This may not happen. I may not seal the deal here. Oh, I don't do it. No, I missed the whip, dude. Ah. All right. I think I'll walk up a couple inches toward it in my anger and frustration.
Sure.
And then that's my turn.
That brings us to the only remaining hero, which is the wizard. The wizard.
Blast me.
Let's see what the wizard does. So.
You deleted the battle shock phase for your game.
Correct.
As is right.
8. Yeah, he's gonna fireball you. Who else is within 3 inches of you? Me. Fortunately, I have
cool.
1 necromantic energy left, so I can just shield the last thing so my minions don't start taking damage. Okay.
Oh, is that how that works? If you don't have energy to absorb it, your minions take damage?
Yeah, because your ability to keep them stitched together and alive and under your control starts to degrade, so they start taking damage.
Okay.
Because the actual trigger for you dying, you immediately lose if at any point in time you control no necromantic minions.
Okay.
That's how you actually lose. Since you don't have
Do you
any
still
health.
have your reflect thing, or are you out of juice?
No, I got juice, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the wizard's gonna fireball. Now this is going against your resist. What's your resist?
Our resist on Otilia is only 4.
Okay, so I got 4 dice here, looking for 4s. Got it in there. That's what I was looking for. In the tray. We got 2 successes.
Okay.
So Piff. So you'll take 2.
Only 2?
And I'll take 1. Yeah, that's a weaker fireball.
Okay. Should I reflect this?
If you spend the damage to reflect it, she'll take half of what you did. She only has 1 hit point left.
Oh, hell yeah.
We'll kill her.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 4. I got 8 going down to 4. I'll do Reflecting Blast, and I'll do half damage back. And you'll suffer 1 damage and dead.
Boom.
Boom.
The reflection of the 1 damage brings it home. There you go. In turn 4. Turn 4 out of 5. We finish them off.
All right, the ritual completes, and we grow as necromancers.
That's right. So normally what we would do now
Yeah, so it's post-game work.
is we would go through the post-game process. So, which I'll just kind of we're not going to actually roll it out. We don't have to do all that, but I'll kind of take you through what it would feel like.
Yes, please do.
All right, so in the post-game process, there's sort of steps that you go through. The first thing you do is you sort of roll to recover minions. So if you lost any, for example, I lost 1 and 2. Can you hand me Bait, who also died there?
Bait 1.
Bait 1. Everybody else is fine. Everybody else heals up and stuff like that. But I would roll a d10. Let's see what happened to my vampire spawn.
That exploded.
That I personally exploded.
It's
6.
stitched back together.
Restoration. I'm able to restore it without any change. We're good. We just gather up the pieces, put it
All
back
the
together.
parts are like sliding back together. Yeah.
I mean, that's how vampires are. He exploded into mist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because of my layer, by the way, I actually have +1 to this roll, so it's harder for me to lose minions.
Which layer is yours?
My layer is the hovel. I killed a family and took over their hovel, so I got a lot of extra body parts to use to restore people.
Wonderful.
And then so for my skeleton, 9, 10, because of the +1.
He comes back and he's even buffer.
Upgraded. Somehow the necromantic minion has been improved. Just increase a single stat of your choice by 1.
Omega Bait.
So Omega Bait, it would get even better. My bait would be even better, which is great. If you didn't lose any minions, your next thing you can do is you can retire minions at this point because there's a maximum number of undead you can have under your control based
Physical
on
models.
just based on your layer. Your layer gives you a rating of the maximum number of undead. And so eventually it could get to the point where like you have some really weak sauce guys who are just kind of hanging out in your horde. You got Jim the skeleton with like one arm left and no jaw, and he's just kind of limping around.
Yeah.
You know, he's rolled like my stats degraded a couple times.
Okay, so they can get worse.
Yes, they get worse too.
Okay.
So like you don't want to have to be saddled with like these low quality minions. So you can just kind of send him off to the farm and
He goes to undead heaven.
and then you open up the space in your roster to recruit a new minion, right?
Okay.
Then you'd have the chance to raise new undead. So that is based on the rating of the undead you're trying to recruit. You roll a die, and basically if you get a certain number, then you recruit that undead into your roster. So you get one roll for this each time. If you try to do a hero, it's a much harder number. Every time you fail, you get a cumulative bonus to the next time.
I was gonna ask. Okay, cool.
So like, if after this first game you rolled and failed, like you're like, I want to make a flesh golem, and then you roll and fail. Okay, you didn't get the flesh golem yet. He's a really hard one to get because he's a big rating undead, right? But next game you'll have a +1 to the roll. If you fail again, you'd have +2 the game after that, and so on and so forth until it will become inevitable to where you will make the thing, which just represents you working hard enough on it over time. You eventually just make the thing.
Make some progress toward it, right? Yeah.
Right.
So I have a question. If, say, for instance, he wanted to raise that paladin right now, what would the target number on that be?
Well, let's talk about it. Okay, sure. So we had a paladin. So let's say you want. I'll take a shot at it here. I'm gonna raise the paladin. Screw you. Now, you can't anyways.
Get wrecked, Scott.
Because
not a spirit.
No, you can turn him into ghosts. You can do it.
Oh, I can have
You can turn him into any type when you raise him,
Okay.
when you raise a hero.
Okay.
You'd be ripping a soul out when you raise him instead of like raising him as meat.
God, I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Necromancer raises me from the dead and rips my soul out and
Yeah, absolutely.
condemns me to eternal servitude.
Does not sound pleasant.
God.
So, to raise a hero to your service, you must first select one of the destroyed heroes, roll a d10. On a 9+, that hero is successfully raised as undead in your service. The new undead utilizes the stats presented, but its type changes from hero to one of the 4 types of undead: feeder, rattler, shambler, or spirit, your choice. It retains all of its printed special abilities, but loses all AI actions. Instead, you attack using its offense as normal and may direct it. Okay? So it still has its ratings, like this is a rating 2 paladin, so it would now be a rating 2 undead paladin. I could choose to make it any type I wanted, right? And but right now, on rolling cold with no other bonuses, there's lots of things you can do to get bonuses to raise heroes, right? Especially in like how you build up your layer. Like if you put a prison in your layer, so you weaken them and torture them first before you kill them, then you get bonuses to raise them, right? Okay. Because you gotta break them down.
Okay, right, yeah, to break their spirit, their willpower.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, Batman. You gotta throw him in the hole first.
Right,
Right?
yeah. Classic villain mistake, right?
Yeah.
Not just killing the guy right away.
So
Can they break out?
No, they can't break out. Your prisons are much better constructed.
Okay. Then Bond villains. Got
Then
it.
a big open top pit that someone can just climb out
Just
of.
walk
if
there, yeah, just
sufficiently
get out of,
motivated.
yeah. Okay, if they're like an average quality rock climber, yes. Okay, so at any rate, but here I'd be rolling the hard roll of a 9. Let's go for it.
+1 though?
I don't know. The +1 is only to restore minions for my hovel,
Okay.
not to raise new things.
I believe in you.
Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Ready? Dead count, whatever it is.
Yeah. You did the fadeaway.
I did. Only a 5. So I fail. You can't try with heroes multiple times. You can keep going after the same standard undead multiple times, but there you go.
So his body was destroyed in the process of trying to reanimate it.
Yes, or his will was so strong he just resisted your attempts.
just
Right?
Nope.
Where's my layer upgrade that's a
Sanctified
freezer to put a guy in so you can raise him later?
Sure.
I've got a sweet chest
put him on
freezer for
ice,
this
dude.
paladin.
Then we would gain experience. There's certain things that are only for skirmish play and certain things that are only for story play. You get a bonus +1 experience if you destroy all the heroes by the end of turn 3, which we didn't quite do, so sadly we missed that. But we achieved victory, so we'd all gain 1 experience. If you have at least 4 rating worth of undead remaining at the end of the scenario, which we both did, you get +1 experience. If your necromancer personally destroys 2 or more heroes or rating worth of enemy undead, okay? So like if you which you would qualify for.
Yeah, I can't remember if I did or if I didn't do that. But
You did because you reflected onto one guy that was already
killed the
worth
wizard at
killing.
the end,
right,
and
And
yeah.
you killed the paladin yourself, I think.
You get +1. If your necromancer personally destroys 4 or more heroes or rating worth of enemy undead, an additional +1.
Okay.
So there you go. And that can be, by the way, that doesn't have to mean through offense attacks. That could mean spells. That could mean whatever, right?
And then experience is only gained by necromancers, not minions.
Correct. The minions don't ever change unless you're a monster master, and then it doesn't have anything to do with experience. If you're a monster master, you just get to choose to tinker with your minions and improve them.
Okay.
It's just a thing you can do.
Okay.
They just kind of improve their stats naturally over time. For everything else, like a vampire spawn is vampire spawn for all time. It's just that it is what it is.
Okay.
It never changes. Your necromancer, however, gains a lot. So for example, for 3 points, you can gain an additional necromantic power. When you do so, you also increase your necromantic energy by 1. So you get to know a new spell and increase your energy by 1.
Okay.
For 4 points, you can pick one of your stats of movement, offense, defense, or resist and increase that by 1, but it can't go above 10. And then there's a whole big list of special abilities. There are
Items, maybe?
well, these are we didn't use items intentionally. I used these. You gain special abilities. If you want to flavor these as items, you can. Okay. The reason I didn't. So let's talk about that. Somebody asked me this question. Why not use magic items? Right. Okay. Let's say instead of using special abilities, which are things your necromancer gains, I just called them magic weapons. I mean, mechanically, it would feel like the same thing, right? Like, I could make a special ability that says you gain +2 offense. I could make a special ability that says you gain +2 offense, right? Like it has a name like increased fell energies or something, right? Or whatever. Okay. Sure. The problem is, from a game design perspective, once you turn it into an item, then the logical question that would happen is, well, wait a minute. If that's a sword, like if I had magic sword of death, can I hand the sword of death to one of the undead? Okay, it's an item. Why couldn't they pick it up?
No, they can't.
And
they can't wield it.
And well, why?
Because their body would explode upon touching
Yeah,
it.
sure. Like it's hard to tell that story for every item, right? And you think like, well, okay, the normal skeleton's too dumb to wield it properly. Sure. That's fine. But like a vampire is one of your choices. That's quite an intelligent undead. Alucard certainly wields magic swords in Castlevania. He's got an awesome sword.
You tell me that I can hire Alucard?
Well, I mean, that's probably if you kill like one of the champions and raise him. I think that's definitely and turn him into a feeder. You've just made Alucard. But at any rate.
So it's mostly a narrative thing.
It's a narrative thing. Because then I have to write rules that say like either create some wonky explanation as to why you can't give it. And moreover, it breaks from the guiding principles of the game. This game is about the necromancer, right? The horde is there to be your weapon. The undead are your weapon. They're how you conquer, win, gain power, right?
Right.
The second you turn it into physical items in the world doing it, it becomes a different type of game. And moreover, I'd have to then either block you from being able to give items to your people, which feels weird in all cases. Like, why? If it's just like a breastplate of protection. Like, I can strap that onto anybody. Those skeletons are clearly wearing breastplates, right? He doesn't need intelligence to know how to use it, right?
It breaks immersion.
It breaks the narrative, right?
And yeah. You don't have to write rules if the things are just logical and make sense. Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So it creates a bunch of problems by adding items. So I didn't add items.
Perfect.
Hence, instead, special abilities, which you can choose to flavor however you want, right? Like if it is the necromancer enchants their scythe with some special thing, and that's how you want to flavor this ability, great.
You found a dusty old grimoire, learned new abilities.
Exactly. Whatever it happens to be.
Skeletons can't read notoriously.
The thing that this game reminded me of, the first thing I thought of when I was looking through it on Friday is the Xbox game Overlord, if you remember that.
Remember the movie Overlord?
It's a different thing.
Oh, okay.
I never played the Xbox game Overlord. Is it like Dungeon Keeper? I played Dungeon Keeper.
It's more along the lines of like Pikmin, but you're like an evil guy that has like goblins that you order around. And you're like, you're like a dark lord or whatever, swinging your sword, but really the game is about like ordering your little minions to, loot and pillage and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and there's, within the special abilities, there's like things that'll boost, like there's sort of one for every legacy/type, like depending on what you want to do. Like there's one that specifically extra buffs spirits under your control, and one that specifically buffs feeders under your control. So if you want to build like the all vampire team or the all zombie team or the all spirit team, that kind of stuff, you can. There's also just other strange things, like just fun stuff. Like if you want to be better at offense, there's those kinds of things. There's things like body of bugs, where your model can fly because you're made of bugs now, and Just stuff like that. And if you successfully damage people, you curse them because you put your bugs on them and they start eating them.
Oh, I love that.
Just fun stuff like that.
I love that. Before I forget, thank you to Azathoth for the sub. He said, Vincey V talking about breast, parentheses, plates.
So there you go. That's Death Wizards.
That is Death Wizards. Thank you for playing me through the game. It was very enjoyable. Co-op miniature war games is such a foreign and interesting concept to me. I said this the last time you brought Space Station Zero and we played it. That was the first co-op miniature war game I ever played. And it was just so different, I never thought that these kinds of games could be that. They're war games, right?
Right.
So it's more of kind of a versus thing, but it's very pleasant. It's fun. It has a board game vibe, but still has the miniature war game feel. You're measuring with tape measures, you're rolling dice, and that's kind of, that's miniature wargaming for me. So I like it.
Yeah, and when you're playing in the versus mode, to also keep the game fresh, not only can you do all the stuff with terrain like we did here, where the terrain has a bunch of optional rules and triggers and things like that. By the way, people ask could these NPCs show up in versus play? And the answer is yes. Absolutely. You can have the cabin with a retired adventurer who comes out and just starts swinging at the nearest person in skirmish play as well. So you can be fighting each other, and then all of a sudden there's a paladin in the middle just flatlining your guys, right? You can, but there's also secondary objectives in skirmish play you're going for. Your necromancer's not there for no reason. You're there to do something besides just kill the opponent, right? You're there to collect some power, or you're there for a reason.
Yeah.
There's also fell omens that happen that will change the game. An angry mob of villagers could storm onto and interrupt your game, and then a bunch of villagers just join the fight and are a third party in the middle of your skirmish game or something like that. So there's lots of different stuff to keep the versus mode fresh as well. That's when I talk about all of it being in balance. We really did try to focus on that. The versus has a lot of, it's not just you against their minions and you're just trying to kill each other in the middle or something like that. There's lots of different reasons. Again, if you're the spirit caller and you have a bunch of ethereal undead, cool, move into the swamps and try to make them come fight you inside, right? And those kinds of things. There's lots of different stuff that you'll get into.
Sure. I want to turn the questionnaire table over to our audience here as we close out this stream. Do you guys have any questions about Death Wizards? In case you're new here, we just played a skirmish game that Vince and Uncle Adam made called Death Wizards. It is a game of necromantic skirmish combat. We just finished a co-op mission. You can find more info about them linked in the description here on YouTube, but also in the chat, maybe with a command on Twitch. That ever happened?
What are we talking about? !death.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I've also posted the link a million times.
And I
I'll post it
appreciate
again
it.
right now.
You can also, there you go, and you can also just go to deathwizardsgame.com. You can find the PDF alone for $13, the PDF and the book combo for $18, and the supplementary cards, which are optional but not necessary, for $18.
Hobby Daddy asks, how is a wizard defined? No, yeah, great.
Have the wizard keyword.
Awesome.
HUD, you should really make a sticker that defines what a wizard is.
Yes.
I just had the random thought while we were doing this stream that I should just make a T-shirt that has that whole block of text.
It just says keyword wizard.
AOS 4 comes out in 2 weeks
but
or
it's
something.
a beautiful artifact of that game.
Yeah, indeed. Well, who knows? Maybe the definition will be even more onerous in the full rulebook.
It's just a whole paragraph of text.
An entire page in the rulebook defining what a wizard is would be amazing. I'm on board.
Looking forward to getting the physical copy. Awesome. Adron says, do you have any paint guides to recommend, yours, Adam's, or others, specifically, I guess, related to Death Wizards?
So I did a hobby cheating this last Saturday, specifically where I painted a necromancer, my vampire necromancer for the vampire horde I was telling you about, because that's the one that I was actually building for myself, was an all vampire one. I thought that was a fun idea. And so you can check that out. It's on my channel.
Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Have you painted any of the Knucklebones minis?
I think Adam finally has some. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be able to. I haven't painted any of them yet. I think I'm gonna get a couple of them this weekend because I think we just got the actual. Adam got the proofs, but they didn't have time to ship them to me. Does that make sense? So we were like, well, he got them a week before the game launched, and I was like, I'll see you the week after the game launches. I'll just get them from you then, right? So.
Oh yeah. Speaking of,
I think he's painting them on Twitch, on his Twitch stream.
Nice. If you're in the area, TMX is this weekend.
Yes. Tabletop Minions Expo is in Appleton? Oshkosh, Wisconsin, central Wisconsin. If you want to check out the game and also fun painting classes and whatnot, check out TMX.
The Fox River Valley.
Yes. Well, thank you, Vince, so much for running me through this awesome game, Death Wizards. Like I said on the podcast yesterday, I can just like see an awesome, incredibly narrative video series where you work through this episode by episode, scenario by scenario. You have beautifully painted, awesome, grim, dark fantasy terrain, cool graveyards, and just like awesome visualizations of like the hovel or the tower your necromancer lives in. It gets my brain going like in a huge way.
That's great to hear.
That's so much fun. Thank you to chat for hanging out and for supporting both me and Vince here. I always love getting to stream new games like this with my friends. It's so much fun to do this. We don't do game streams a lot anymore, and so it's fun to kind of get to experience that. But yeah, guys, enjoy Death Wizards. Find it linked in all the places where things get linked. Support the game. It's awesome. And I guess we'll sign off for now. All right, see you guys. Peace.